which means so many more opportunities will come for you. And I wish you to take everything you can out of that.
Yeah, go say hi to Brandon. Make sure you come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Make sure you smash the like button on that video too. So come back. Paka paka.
Пока, пока.
Hey guys, welcome to the close. 2 p.m. That means a couple hours left in what's turning out to be possibly positive day. Here's a look at the overall market right now. We're making our way back towards positive territory here. Give it a couple minutes. The SPY, obviously the S&P, but we came down, bounced off the equivalent of 4,500 there on the futures, making our way back towards break even, stuck in this mess from early on this morning for the overall market. Back and forth we go, more headline-driven type of situation this afternoon. Lots of global geopolitical headlines coming across. Let's have a look at the individual sectors here and get a feel for what is moving the overall market this afternoon. It's all about energy stocks down here. I should have showed you I don't know what that is, but apparently I now have a highlighter on my screen. So anyways, that's the energy sector, as you can see. Zoomed in a little bit there anyways. Financials also under pressure, pretty weak to the downside. FTS, I'm just going to stop hitting that key because I have no idea what it's doing. CCL, NCLH, some of the travel names also showing some positivity, along with Tesla. What a day for Tesla, 7.8% to the upside on the possible split rumors and dividend rumors to come. We talked a little bit this morning about resource stocks. They remain a laggard this afternoon as well. Mosaic there, 4.5%. FCX, Nucor, Newmont, I saw in here as well, all to the downside, 3 to 4.5%. Communication stocks under pressure as well. Everything else, though, little change, both directions. That's a look at the NASDAQ to kick off your afternoon here. Tesla standing out 7% to the upside. Software names strong, semiconductors weak. Some of the retail names, including the Chinese stocks there, PDD, under pressure once again. It's been that kind of a week for, coming off of that kind of a week for Chinese stocks under pressure once again. Hope your afternoon is going well. Welcome to the final 2 hours of trading here on a Monday. As I said, we're trying to get back to positive territory even as I speak here. Let's kick things off as we do always in the afternoon with a look at what was available for trading opportunities this morning. Join us every day at 8:30. We spend an hour getting you ready for the session that sneaks up very quickly some days at 9:30. Sean's going to lead the way this afternoon, talk about one of his trades from this morning.
Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, great day today for a few names. We're going to choose AMC. I mean, AMC was absolutely ridiculous. You can see the numbers right here, up 27%. And I actually just noticed I just got taken out of a short. Trying to short this thing right now. Can't believe how far we're up, but we support Ape Nation. And look at this, the sticky note from today. I'm just going to leave it on here. Follow me at TraderTV Sean. You're going to be able to see the 21 break. Let's test that long. It can really get going above 22. Okay, so here we go. Why did we pick those levels? That's the most important thing, right? Anyone can put something on a sticky note, but you know, that's why we do it. We've been pretty successful with it. Here's 21 right here. We just started the day below 21 bucks, so right down here. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take that first bid. Bounced around here a couple times on a few days ago, the 22nd, 23rd. So we knew that there was some sort of love there for 21, either to the upside or to the downside. And today, with the news, AMC looking for more transformational deals. They bought HYMC. Well, I put a stake into HYMC. That stock going crazy today. And then I just noticed here, sure, I could have nitpicked and took 22.50, but I just thought if we cleared above this area, we really had green light to the upside here. So you could see as soon as we took down 22, it really just became an obvious trade for me. So here we go. And we do as we preach right off the bat. As soon as the market opened, we punched a huge position right here at 21 flat. So I think we wound up getting long 21.07, something like that. The problem with this trade was it tried to break down a little bit, so it scared me. So we kept getting it out like 21.20s, 21.30s, things like that, and then it just took off. And all of these, and you know, if you look over here, these are all 21.40s, 21.60s, getting them out. We like it, and then there's the 22 break again. So we put these lines on here. There's the 22 break to the upside. At this point, we're like, okay, it's already started at 20.50 or so, went to 21, gave us that tick. Then we take the 22 long, and it's like boom, boom, boom. boom, all the way to the upside, where we wind up just getting some piece out at 23, and then we say, okay, this thing is off. You can see the volume really, really starting to go. And actually, I covered it up here, but extending to the upside to where we hold that last 10%. We're trying to do better and hold a little bit more, but we hold some for all the way up there. That's a 26 out. Okay, and the thing is, these are 21, 22. We get them out. I've made over, I think it was, I'll have to go back and check, but I think it's like 50 fills or so far, with a couple happening in here. So 50 plus fills, and then we hold one, and then we try it again, bouncing off VWAPs. These are all longs, and it's cash money one more time. Only fails the 50 period once, in and out up here, all there. Seems that we have some resistance around 25.50 or so for AMC. So on that idea, I started to short again, and we did give some money. Well, actually, I don't know if we gave some money back. I'll have to go check. But we do have a nice out there that's 25.40 or so. That's a 25.10 bid. A few outs here, but I don't think we won on that trade. But we tried to go short AMC right now. I don't think the move is done. The point of this trade was basically just, you have to look, and even at the sticky note here on Tesla is talking about going long as well. And we did that all day. We had a $30 winner on Tesla. Then we have Coinbase here, 192 to go long. You can check out what that's doing. And we did have the Beyond Meat to the downside. That didn't work out. But there's the sticky note, a lot of good ideas. And the point was here is just, when you see a stock starting to move and you get our watch list at watchlist.tradertv.live, you check out some of the notes that we have. Then you go over to a bigger time frame for me and you check out where is there some support. I knew if I went long 21 that this bottom of 20 was something that we should trust. So we had that idea in mind. We take it. We got way too excited there and just took it out because we had an oversized position. So it's like, okay. So we kept taking it out. Next time we'll try to do better. But AMC, nice run up. I just wish we had more there to get out. And now we're trying to battle with the shorts. The short might not be in here. So maybe let's switch to long. We're above the 50 period. We're above the volume weighted average price. It's AMC and it's Ape Nation.
It's your trade of the day, and it's a meme stock kind of afternoon once again because, yeah, AMC trying to get going once again. HMYC also having quite a day on that news. More meme stock dealings to come for AMC Entertainment, possibly. Adam Aaron actually did show up on CNBC this morning, unlike when that deal originally got done the first time. So we'll talk about AMC coming up here a little bit, but I was just watching Bitcoin. That's the watch list, by the way, guys, if you're looking for the link. Miss V is going to join me here in a second. She'll have that for you in the chat. I was watching Bitcoin trying to get back to day highs almost, back to 47,600. We're going to talk about Bitcoin coming up here, but let's jump into, because it's not only AMC today, there's GME also having a pretty impressive day, coming off a bit of a rally last week. There's Newegg, NEGG, and I even saw, guys, KOSS, KOSS, also rallying today.
Yeah, KOSS. Yeah, I forgot all about KOSS. And the playbook last week was, if you want to short GME, just short KOSS instead. But today I decided to short GME anyways because, why not? But eventually it did break out, and there were some pretty big levels on the higher time frame. And I'll just quickly go over because this is what really stood out. That 200 period moving average at 165, your 164 on the daily chart. So it was a short up until that level, and then it was a simple breakout long once it went. We shorted it a few times and then turned to the long eventually on GameStop. And once it took out 165, we took a break, we bought the dip, and then we were able to play it to 170. The mistake was getting out at 170. Now we're in it to the short because it's got a double top and put a wick high through 175 on GameStop. So when you see something like this, we get a double top, 175, puts that wick top, breaks it by 4 cents, only 4 cents, and comes back down. So shorted 74s, just took some out there at 172.5. And if it can get back down into 170, we'll be pretty pleased with it. But overall, you can't ignore what's a strength. And once we cleared that level on the daily for me in GameStop, it just signaled it turned into a long trade. I thought maybe 180 this morning. Looks like 175 so far is as far as it's going to get. But yeah, it looks like the meme names are back. There's been a ton of sympathy plays, whether it's Newegg, I think there's a couple other ones. Like you said, Cost was already.
Yeah, there was Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
I don't know if Blackberry's going.
Blackberry probably is going. Without even checking, I'm assuming there's a bunch of these meme names are going to be back in flavor, all with significant short interest. But Newegg was the latest one to go up 44% here.
The thing is about like this Newegg here is like what actually gets these stocks going? Like, I mean, if it was a meme day, why did it take Newegg until here, right here, 1243 to start to get going? So I feel like, you know, there's websites out there, or I mean, we know the websites. I mean, there's obviously Wall Street Bulls and things like that off Reddit and whatnot, Swaggy Stocks, which post some of the you know, the plays there that people are looking at. But I don't know, like that just got going. Apparently, someone said, I heard on when Prad was talking about it, that there might have been some Amazon rumors there. I don't think we've been able to verify any of that. There's Bed Bath & Beyond as well. And I think a lot of these stocks just get going. They're just like you said, Neil, they're sympathy plays, and they're going to get going again. And Bed Bath & Beyond does have a significant short interest, although it's only up 3% today. This might be the next one that gets going. Who knows? And you know, you can see a typical move like this, 14 up to 27 in one day. And I mean, if you don't think these stocks are meme stocks, I mean, like what's going on here? And I know there was some buyouts and some different things happening with, but it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, $14 one day up to 28, then the very next day back down to 18, ramps up again, and then finds its way right back down again. So, you know, a lot of these names, I think you got to be very, very careful with them and just understand what you're trading. You're not trading like high quality, not to say that the stock's not quality or that the trade's not quality, but you're not trying to hold on to these forever. You're definitely playing the momentum. And I mean, that's what we're talking about. GME, AMC. Out of all of these though, and maybe I'm going to get some slack here, but I honestly think like AMC has, in my opinion, I think theaters are going to once again be popular, if not now. We just talked about me getting back from Miami. The flight was completely sold out both ways, going back and forth. And I mean, why not? I mean, there's some big, huge movies out there. That Spider-Man apparently was amazing. I don't know, did you ever see that yet?
I have not, even though Prad was spoiling stuff.
Oh, was he? Okay, but apparently that's amazing. They're saying it's one of the better Marvel movies. I don't know, does it classify as a Marvel movie? I guess it has the characters in there, right?
Right now it's Marvel. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
My only thing with the valuation with AMC, it's about the valuation. I think when you talk about these different meme names, you can sell me on how GameStop could turn things around. I have no issues with a turnaround story. If you own shares of you can't own shares of Intel and say you have a problem with a turnaround story. But they're just expensive. So I think we're always talking about momentum here, and that's what I think is going to be the obvious driver. Speaking of momentum, I'm going to quickly pull up, just because DATS happened to put in a move right now, another name which is up 80-something, sorry, it was up over 80%, now 75, but it had been falling off rather, I guess, rapidly since it got through $3. It just made a big bounce off 260 here to 290. So just a heads up, DATS was double top and failing and has caught a bid once again.
Wait a
Millions
second.
of these.
Yeah. David Kyle here. AMC has a 10 billion market cap, so why not buy it? How about their net income? Minus 1 billion. You know, for like the last quarter here. So you gotta watch out, and you just gotta make sure that it is still trading like a meme stock. I don't think it's properly valued at these levels, but that doesn't mean that it can't trade a lot higher. We've seen this happen before, and you know, over and over again. It's just when you look at a stock that's rallying like this, you know, they haven't announced anything significant unless I've missed something. And it's a big move to the upside. And can it retrace all the way back? I mean, I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball. I mean, you know, you can double up from here. And it actually wouldn't surprise me. We were all sitting here when this kind of crazy stuff happened. You're above the 50-period moving average. And honestly, this bottom here between 14 and 15 was definitely held. So you go from 15 up to 25. And I think that's pretty reasonable. We've seen a lot of stocks do this. And I'm a bull for AMC. I don't think if I short it, it's going to be technically on a day, but you know, I'm going to try to go long AMC every single day. It's just, let's not buy it because it's properly valued. Like, let's not step that side of things, but I do like AMC here, and I do think it's a good trade, and I don't know when it's going away. I'm hoping never.
They bought a gold mine, Sean, obviously. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Tesla, guys. The other major headline this morning we all woke up to was Elon doing Elon things again. Going to ask shareholders to approve another split that could lead to a dividend. What a day for Tesla.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I did want to thank you for the super chat, by the way. Michel here, I believe, French. So yeah, okay. So he strongly disagrees with BBY or GME. I believe Bed Bath & Beyond does have case to go higher. I mean, retail right now is getting killed because of the supply chain, because of the inflation, and because of costs associated with running retail. Right? You can see Nike. You're going to have Lululemon come out. I don't have a problem with Bed Bath & Beyond. And again, it's not like GameStop. Really, I mean, I like the name, and my kid likes the stock. We've talked about that before. And I just think as long as that there's some momentum in these names, then I think you can buy them. But I just don't like hearing the word like, you know, it's properly valued, because I feel like when we're talking about that, we're going a little bit outside of what these stocks are. And it's not that I don't think you should hold them. It's just, I think you mentioned today, Neil, in our meeting, that GameStop was up, what, 130%, you said, from the bottoms?
Approximately.
You know, yeah, roughly. Because, no.
Don't hold me to it.
No, I mean, it's not far off. It's 80 to 170. I mean, that's more. That's, yeah, okay. Probably 115. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, in a week, you're up 120%. So let's move on to Tesla. So, I mean, today, Tesla, wow, is all I can say. I mean, Tesla was great today. Neil had a couple trades in there as well. Unfortunately, we didn't hold it till this, 1096 up there, but we had a couple longs that were pretty nice. Our first long was 1062. We let it settle down. For my strategy on Tesla is really to never get involved in the first couple minutes. It's wild. Like, there's so many people that are pro, you know, for and against, pro and con, against Tesla's ability to raise money and what's Elon doing and the split and all of this. And it's every day it battles back and forth. And you see it starts off with a nice little bump, but then it opens at 1064 and then it comes all the way down to that 1053. So $11 straight down. We wait for it to take the 50 period and bang, within a minute or so, we instantly get $5, okay? Then we hold the rest and then we lose $2 on a 1060 break. Mistake. So that we take the long again at almost the same price. The 50 period and VWAP are right beside each other. We hit that long, and look what time it is, 10:30. Perfect. That's exactly the kind of stuff we want to do on Tesla. And then look at this, man. It goes from 1066. All we have to wait is like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we again get our $7 or $8, and then it takes off, where we get out at 87 here. So it goes up. We took $21 only on that, and then we're like, uh-oh, we heard that poison news.
Yeah.
Remember, someone got poisoned on the Ukrainian side of things?
The reloads at that moment were unreal, man.
So we actually wind up getting out there. But then it only pops right back to that day high again, which is 1096. And then I haven't looked at it since. It's kind of barcoding right here. The NASDAQ has pulled back. It's bouncing off the 50 period. But Tesla, my number one, despite the damage that we did on AMC, we did give a little bit back, but Tesla, off this $22 winner, my number one stock today. Again, another sticky note name. It's in the news, and I think you got to trade these names.
You got to. You had to. I actually just got into one trade. There were 3 trades I liked in Tesla. It didn't quite get 1050. It was close enough that I should have had it. Then there was the break at 1080, which was fine. But the 1100 trade, I'll explain why I didn't get the 1100 trade, because I was sitting at 98. And if you don't get it the first time, meaning when it gets to close enough to 1100 and reverses, either you have that trade on and you were willing to take it $4 or $5 away, or it's invalid because it's already given you that pullback. Like that pullback into VWAP, that's a retracement that I usually like. And I was able to miss Tesla, and we'll just have to live with it. Sometimes it goes to 97 and turns, sometimes it goes to 99 and turns. And it's not like there's a science to that. You can't know in advance what it's going to be. You just have to pick your level in front. If it gets to your price, fantastic. Speaking of getting to my price, I'm going to jump away from that for a quick second, because the pullback on GameStop might have been, it just got to 170 here. And that off that double top, I just saw a buyer at 170. I was going to get out in front of them. I'll let this one work itself out, but if we still have a buyer at 170, I might just take this out, thinking we can't even get into VWAP here. It's so bullish, some of these names. And Newegg just went again, by the way. Like this thing, forget about it. Yeah. Like Newegg, on the daily chart, like what are we talking about here? Like I'm not sure. Like I look at something like this and say, okay, well, we're now $1 past anything that matters on the stock. You're thinking maybe $10? And I'm not saying it's going to $10. I'm saying, where would you be comfortable thinking you're wrong on the chart where there might be bag holders? There's a cluster here around $9, but those are all pretty weak levels until you get to $10 and maybe $12. And with these short float names, you've got to have something that gives other people confidence that, oh, either they want to put that short on or that's where people are going to be taking profit on those longs. I'm not seeing a lot of those signs with Newegg, so you might see me stay away from it. DATS and GME, I think I'm comfortable trading around those today, but Newegg, wow, 61%. There's no chill in some of these names.
Before we go back to Brendan, I just want to say shout out. I see you here, Nelson, and it's funny because yeah, this is him. So Nelson right here. Thank you so much again. In Miami, it was an absolutely. He said he wasn't a member, so it looks like he became a member. And then we actually talked about this at this dinner right here. So he said Kathy Wood bought Neo last Friday. Of course, I'm short it right now, but shout out to Nelson. You can find me on. This is his Twitter, but here we go, Nelson right here. Lovely family. We all had a beautiful dinner, and thank you again, Nelson, for everything that you did for me in Miami. It was an absolutely fantastic ride there, and glad to have dinner with you that night. And yeah, his daughter Catherine wants to come trade. I was telling you about.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. And by the way, I don't know if we have a picture of everything back here. Here's Greg. I've never seen him work this hard right here. Greg. So shout out to Greg. What's up, Greg? Teaching my man Kush right here. Actually, we just introduced. So shout out to him right there. I said, watch out, he might get hit in the head with a bull. But we now have.
That's the infamous desk, though, right?
That's it. Yeah, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. But we now have over about 10 or so. So if it gets loud in here, we apologize. But we upgraded our mics. Like, these are supposed to be extremely high quality mics. It's just they weigh about 10 pounds here.
I think we'll be just fine. And by the way, I am going to now look at this. Yeah, I should just get on the bid here, at least on GameStop. It looks like it really did find a bit of a buyer right in front of this. Of course, now that I do it, I just typed in NASDAQ. I know, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So I just took it out at 170. They said there was a little bit of buying coming into this range, and once it happened, if I can get the pullback and be happy with it, fair enough. Once it broke 165, it did turn into a long, and I thought the long would terminate 180, but a double top is a setup I'll take. I just don't believe in it to VWAP. It's been entirely too strong. And then watching the other meme names, like you see AMC holding up the top end as well. You can't ignore like what's going on. Like AMC is still holding this high. Like we're still a little bit strong. So even though the short was valid, gonna have to take it off, gonna have to take that profit.
All right, lots of coin type stocks moving around here this afternoon. I was just looking at Hut 8. Bitcoin, guys, worth mentioning. Trying to get back to day highs. So a big day for BTC, as we said. I'll shift that over. Yeah, BTC booming. Coinbase right at day highs. They just said that something called Coinbase Tools are now available for everyone. So they rolled out Coinbase Tools last month on a limited basis and now said that it's available for everyone who uses the platform. So Coinbase Tools are advanced trading tools on the Coinbase platform. Coin, guys, looking pretty good here right at day highs.
Yeah, the thing about Coinbase is it should have been my best stock today. And we were just mentioning when the news dropped, or the headline dropped, I should say, of people in the peace delegation and an oligarch getting poisoned, and the market made a bottom. Some of the dip buys came pretty much right back to the price that you like the dip, and then back to the high. And Coinbase was one of them, and I managed to not hold on to it. So we did like 92s, but then you also got the breakout of Friday's high, and then it came right back in to 196. That's Friday's top. That's a pre-market high. It dips that price once. It dips that price twice. It goes right into the top of the range. The first time it cannot get through the high of the day. We took it out about just around 201. And then the second time through, I had zero belief in the stock, and I'm kicking myself. Because I got out in front of VWAP saying, you know what, the market just reversed. We did a double top. We'll take the scalp trade because there's nothing else to be had there. And it just comes right back to the high. So you're in jailbreak mode on Coinbase, but let's remember, relatively speaking, to some of the other names that have been beaten up, it's a pretty muted move. I know 150 to 200 seems like a lot, but we've shown you things doubling up in this range. I mean, you look at what Tesla did. Like Tesla's actually up, just more than that from those bottoms back in mid-March there. And Coinbase, fine, but it hasn't even broken the bottom channel till it gets above 220. And it just took the 50 period. It'll close above the 50 period for the first time since like November or something today, unless barring some kind of a disaster. So it's in the midst of a breakout that has room till about 220, but it's got to hold this 200 level. I'm liking it. I think it actually even sets up for a break tomorrow at the high of the day, just as long as we're not running into too much overhead resistance on spot prices, which I'm always checking. We get to 50,000 there, and then you want to be, I don't know if you want to be taking any kind of a breakout on a level on Coinbase if you're right in front of 50,000. If you're on the other side of it, all the better.
All right, I know there's some talk about QS. We will get to that in a second. But yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely going ham right now, up to 47. We talked about that today, earlier on in the day. Once you break through that 45, next stop is 50, then 55. And then we see from there, and then I think we take out the high. I mean, whatever. There's going to be a lot of people out here that, don't believe in Bitcoin, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we went to 70,000 earlier, then back down to 32 was the low. So we got chopped in half. But honestly, we talked about the strength and the resiliency of crypto. It seems like if you're in sort of these higher quality names, I know I'm on NEO right here, then I think you'll be fine. The reason why I want to go to NEO is because it's not on the board and it's like the only short. I mean, Beyond Me, which I'm just holding to see where it goes. But NEO right now, and I can talk about the Beyond Me trade. That'll be coming up soon as well. That turned out hot fire after all. I still didn't wind up making money, but can't believe it turned around. But we've been shorting NEO off this top here, 2090. So we'll see if that's getting out. We're getting them all out here at the 50 period, like short 20, not 20, what am I short at? 84, sorry, but against that 90. And just getting them out here for like 6, 7, 8 cents, but we reloaded it right there again. So that's my thoughts on NEO. And then Bitcoin, look, I'm a Bitcoin bull, but I talked about quantum computing. Not that that's anywhere close or that is going to change the game for Bitcoin, but that's really my only worry for right now. And if you did like to trade Bitcoin, don't forget about our friends over there at the OTC markets. GBTC is an easy way to get into this name. You can hold it in your account. It's traded on the pink sheets. Nice little bump up here. Still has a ways to go. That's that 70K call up there to 56, all the way down, chopped in half. Now making a move again. So GBTC, a way to get involved with that, or ETHE as well for the Ethereum, which Ethereum up to 3,400 as well today. So Coinbase definitely flowing and feeling the love of some of these inflows in crypto.
Another name we were looking at this morning in the pre-market was DatChat. DAT's a good trade. DatChat popped up on this launch of their advertising. I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's really weird. Launch of their advertising and NFT platform. That was announced a little bit late. It was towards the open this morning, but a nice move today. Speaking of things going back to day highs, guys, DatChat moving.
Well, I jokingly said this last week that when Brendan brings it, like anything is sort of a late mover, right? Like if it makes the news after 8:30 or maybe right before the open or something, it pops up at 10 o'clock. If you catch it when it gets mentioned, you're gold. And that's usually like the long. And being someone that fades a lot of these moves, I feel like those are the longs that you can dig yourself into. And at the open, that was it. Like it broke the pre-market high on volume and waited till 9:30 to really pump up in volume. And then it pulled right back in. It tried to break the pre-market high down at 2:30 and then snapped back up. So whether you're taking that or a very clean 250 break, fantastic. Unfortunately, I didn't look at DATS until I heard Prad yelling about it on the midday show and a lot of people in the chat talking about it, and they made that double top. As a matter of fact, it's coming right back as we speak. Now, I don't know why I have two stops. I know why I have two stops. Because I didn't cancel. After I got filled at VWAP, I didn't cancel my other stop. So DatChat, if it takes out the high, I'm gone. But it looks like it's in the midst of a bit of a capitulation there. But this is the thing about this move, why it's strong, but I want to do this if I can pull the volume up. It's not, it's concerning, obviously it's coming back up if you're short, but if you look at the most recent volume spike, volume has been tapering off. You've had these little spikes, and that was on a bit of a flush. This last spike was it making that high up here at 320, and that last spike to the upside, it's big, but it's not nearly as big as the rest of the day. So if it starts doing volume closer to what we saw on the way up in the morning, that can be a signal that it's going to be too strong. Either way, I don't think reloading at the high on any of these is a game that I will be playing in the afternoon. I think there's going to be some breaks to be had with further momentum as long as the volume does pick up. I wouldn't take any break of the high unless we get some decent volume.
All right, here we go, guys. We're going to get starting getting into some new positions right now. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to hit something here. We'll just go like this because we're back on to Softy right now. I know we're talking about DATS. I didn't even look at DATS today, so I think Neil just did that good Good coverage there for you. But we're going to take Microsoft right now, breaking above VWAP. It's trying to go right here. We're long right now, 308. So let's see if this can work. I love the O's. So 308, let's go. Shout out to 305 there in the MIA. What up, Playmaker? I see you in the chat. But you can see this upside now. 302, keep going. Let's see how far we can go now. I'm going to use 307 as my out. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's riding this 50 period to the upside. Let's see if we can't get this thing going. There we go. All we got to do is mention it. Now Microsoft's starting to go back up to the upside here. Let's see, man. We just put this position on. We like it. I like the stock here on Microsoft. As there it is, man. A nice little run. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Neil, right now, I'm going to take a piece out here at 20 if I can get it on Microsoft. Yeah, AMC near the high of the day. And then also our friendly automaker Tesla right now back to 1095. So watch out, man. This thing trying to make new highs right now again. The new high would have to take out 1097, so we'll see if that does happen there. And as easy as Microsoft goes up, it comes right back down. We didn't get anything out there, so we're going to wait at 20 and see if we can get a piece on this one. But Microsoft, new initiated long right here for Softy. Let's see if it can hold this 307. Otherwise, man, off to the races. We tested it. We tested it earlier. Did okay. Got in there, averaging, got out on that dump down to 305. Wow, I didn't even. There we go. We just got a little piece out there at 20, like we said. Let's see if Softy can't retake this 309.50.
All right, I was looking at JAN, which is that Janon. You got to go all the way back to January of 2021. And this was also one that had 2 days in the sun with the original meme stock rally. This thing went all the way to 35. So JAN on the NASDAQ just halted. Looks like it's resumed, but all kinds of volume coming into that one as well. Let's talk about QS and Porsche, because this came out from Electrek around lunchtime. I guess it was before that. Porsche reportedly working with QuantumScape, guys. So I read this article, and they're talking specifically about a electrified 911 that could contain a solid-state battery. So they're specifically working on a 911 with a solid-state battery with QS.
I think the bigger story is what we can learn from QuantumScape's break today. Like these levels, it's completely insane. Like this $18, look at how many times, 1805 in the top, all throughout the beginning of the year, January, February, and then that was the high in the recent move. And then you can sort of see it break out from there early on. Like it did that at the open. Now there was a huge pullback, but if you just look at these breaks, it's a fantastic opportunity for you. I don't know if I see it trading, it's pulled back $1 twice. Maybe it can consolidate off that high, but 18 in change, that's going to be obvious support. And on a day where, if you're going to have a positive catalyst on a day where like some of these short squeeze type names are going, that's just going to really bode well for you momentum-wise when you're a beat-up name like QuantumScape, which has had its own sort of days with extreme volatility. So I like the dip at 18 on QuantumScape. I don't know. Look, I don't know how long, what the time frame might end up being on something like this to think about investing or any kind of a swing, but it's about as easy a structure as you'll ever see, because you have this long in front of 18, and then you have a triple bottom at about 13. That's like $5 worth of risk on the stock. And look at the room. You got room up to the 200 period. You got room up to like 25. So QuantumScape, it doesn't set up, I think, much for a short. I like the 18. But as I mentioned a couple seconds ago under my breath, maybe it got hurt, I don't know. AMC is back at the high of the day. This is the other reason why I just got out of that GameStop short off the top, because this was happening. And there's only so much you can do if you're fighting against these. The momentum is absolutely through the roof. I don't see any size at 50 here, but 26.50, this double top, I'll probably take one shot at it if I can get like the mid 40s there and have about like 10 cents worth of risk. And then if it breaks the high, then you can't fight it. You just got to go into the long and see if the breakout's on.
Weren't we just talking? I mean, look, I like QuantumScape. We've talked about that a couple times. I used to be a shareholder in that. I thank God I got out near that $40 mark. That happened live on the show, actually. But we just talked about Bed Bath & Beyond. Like literally 5 seconds ago when we started the show, and now look what's happening. It's going ham. to the upside right here. Bang!
Oh, come on.
Up $1 straight there. So guess what, guys? We might have to find. I might just punch long Blackberry right now, and I know
if it hasn't gone,
like something that normally gets pumped and that does have a monster. And I don't even think
it's at the high. It just
what is Bed
Blackberry
Bath?
broke the high like a couple of minutes ago.
Wait a second. What is Bed Bath & Beyond short interest now? Yeah, 21. I guess that's pretty big. So there goes Bed Bath & Beyond. I just called up a daily chart. If you are long this name, you always want to look in, and actually, how funny, we're about to do something on time frames. But right here, if you open up the daily chart, you always have to do that. When the stock starts going nuts like this, Bed Bath & Beyond all the way up to 25 and change, touching, that's been the high. So you've seen a nice little bottom. And again, this is what I mean. You're above the 50 period. You're above the 200 period. These are stocks that are being bought and being held up. So, you know, what one day doesn't make a trade, but it's held up. But just watch out. If you are very, very bullish on this or you're in it, watch out for these tops. It looks like it's been exhausted here before on decent volume. Today, volume's picking up again, but there goes Bed Bath & Beyond straight to the upside on, I mean, unless Brennan has something. I mean, it's just straight up to the upside here, and I don't see anything.
I'm going to guess.
Taking out the day's high is all that I could figure right there for Bed Bath & Beyond, but wow, what a rip that had.
That's black. So I'm going to do this because I'm going to show you AMC right now. We'll do that one because it's all basketball, even though I hate Duke and UNC because I'm a Big Ten guy. But anyways, Bed Bath & Beyond breaking, Blackberry also breaking the high, only up 3%, but it just made that move. We started talking about these, and they just went now. AMC off the double top. It just reversed, got 42s, because that's my lucky number. No, that's not the reason, actually, because it just in front of 50. But got some out in front of 26. I'll get the last out in front of 25.70. And like GameStop, you do not, at least I don't think necessarily that you're trying to hold on for the home run makes a lot of sense. This is a pretty linear move to the upside, right? Like, it seems parabolic, but that's a pretty solid straight line without any one move that just rips your face off. So the type of buying that goes into that is a little, I don't want to say it's reasonable, but if I compare that to what Blackberry just did, I was just showing you, like, that's just a one straight shot up. Like, those types of things need to be faded every single time and try to hold it all the way back, because as fast as it came up, it can go down. But the way this has been bought up is a bit of a different story. And as I say this, like 26.10 has had all kinds of buying on AMC. It has not been able to get through this 26 level. The longer it holds here, the more likely we have a breakout through the top. And it's going to be hard not to have that long on a pure momentum base.
Just quickly here, I got another name for you that I'm ready to get locked and loaded on. Vinco Ventures. That's another name that's, you know, that has the potential to do it. It's not near the day's high, which would be $3.
That's awesome.
It's still down. I just can't believe, like, I'm just doing this, searching around for some of these low float stocks. But we've seen Vinco Ventures go nuts before again. And again, it's at the 50 period. It's hovering around. You know, if you think about a candidate to go, I don't mind this one as well, because it can go to 350 right now. So that's a stock right here that can go. I'm testing the waters on this. If it goes, breaks this 290 right now, I'm going to punch in, take some of these shares, and then see what happens. Like I'd hate to be, I don't know, I guess I got to hold it back here to 285 or so. So if it goes back, the break is the VWAP. We have some support down here at 284. So I'm going to go long on BBIG on a 290 break. You know, there's been some crazy stuff happening in the market, and we just highlighted why. So I'm going to test the waters here with BBIG if it goes there, Brendo.
All right, good call. Not seeing anything, guys, on BBBY other than heavy volume on the 45 calls. So call buying on the high side today for BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's go to frustrating stocks. Portion of the afternoon show that we do every day, just looking back and talking a little bit about, okay, so we thought something was going to happen on a specific symbol in the morning. Maybe that didn't happen or didn't quite happen the way we thought it was going to, and why? Give me your frustrating stocks for the day.
So I was going to use Beyond Meat, but then it actually pulled a reversal and came back in. So I kind of feel like
I want to use it.
It did come back. But the one I want to talk about, and it's weird because we started the show and I thought this was the stock, it was going to be a thing, and it just absolutely was not. And that's Cation. Like Cation Auto, a lot of times, like the gap up, consolidation, volume dying, I short this probably 10 times out of 10. But I got caught up on one thing with Cation Auto, and that was the size of the order that they got. And the size of the order they got, and for 5 years, that 20,000 vehicles worked out to 5x their market cap. And I'm like, oh, that's not a small number. Maybe it'll get a bit of a break when these other names are starting to go like crazy. And on top of that, if you looked at when I looked at the daily, I said, okay, above this one sort of 40-ish area, you can have a nice little support for a break. You come back, and I go long off this 165 at the open, thinking we're gonna hold the first consolidation, and then it just completely craps, and then does that thing where it only rolls down. But here's the problem: it turned at $1.40. Remember, I just said $1.40 to you guys. When you zoom out, which when in doubt, zoom out, we're going to talk about time frames here. It's literally the most obvious level on the daily chart is $1.40. So if I was going to pick a long, which I did and picked wrong, I should have been picking $1.40. That's where it did bounce. It wasn't a huge move, but it was just about not reading the chart very well there. So I like the notion of it to have a potential run. The fact that it didn't have a big one is part of it, but the second part is, well, I didn't even have the right level to buy that dip, and I should have been waiting a little bit more patiently for it to dip before I picked it up. And that's what you have to do. Like if you have a price level that makes sense to you, and this is where you think there'll be strength in the stock, then sometimes that's the place that you buy it, because that's where the risk reward is going to be. I stepped in front of that today, and then just was one in, one out, losing indication, and was maybe like 2 minutes I was even in the trade, and it was a waste of time and resources.
All right, my frustrating stock of the day is Vinco Ventures. No, just kidding. We just got into it, so let's see what is happening. We could take 1 penny right now on that one. But okay, so my frustrating stock of the day, I've already talked about it, is Beyond Meat. It's frustrating because this happened, and we're still negative on the stock. So, we thought, we really put, something on the line when we started trading this, if you know what I'm saying, without getting too vulgar here. But we really felt like, hello, Fahad. Wow, that was nice and clear, but really loud there. So that's okay, that's good. Woke me up a bit there, and probably because I'm feeling gassed right now, as I'm really happy to be here for you, but it's been a little while for me. There you go, in. We shorted this name all the way up to 50. I really just wish that we would have waited for this 50 level. It was much more clear, when you look back at it. We thought that Piper, well, not we thought, they did get downgraded today by Piper, Jaffrey, I believe, and then it came in, I think it was anyways, or Sandler, I don't know which one it was, down on the downside there. And now we'll see where it's going. I really thought that we were taking this out today and then heading lower, so 44, 45, so on and so forth. So we just started to build the short. I don't know if I believe in the product or not. I know there's lots of competition out there, so that kind of took me a little bit by surprise the way it ran today. But again, this is what it looks like. It's been really dead, trying to get going. It's trying to bounce off the 50 period again. I believe we'll be shorting Beyond Meat for a while. I think it probably is a good swing trade for the short side of things. But again, what we do here is we close our positions every single day. And here it is, man, short. Again, the problem is we just built too big of a position here. And then when it came back in, we were really just getting out of it and licking our wounds here, which was absolutely fantastic. But they were still wounds in the end of it. And then we averaged in, and then the collapse. Look at these shorts, man. 49, 49.20. Look at these outs. 47, 46.20. How do I have the bottom here? You want to talk about frustration. Hopefully, we get another opportunity to really hit this stock. But for today, we'll probably be done it. I'm holding a small piece of Beyond Meat. Let's see if it retests these bottoms. I do not like the stock, and we'll see what happens here. But by the way, here goes Vinco Ventures. So here we go, man. We just called this. Depending on how many thousands of shares you have, I mean, you're now in the money. This 4 cents, which I know that's not wow, 4 cents, not huge. I do have an offer at 95 to get out. I was going to say 50. I don't know. There's no 50 here. At 95, I think that's because Beyond Me was on my mind. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully it rips up to 295. We'll take a piece out, but either way, it's a big winner for me. Oh yeah, and remember when I announced that softy trade? All the traders behind us, maybe they took it, who knows? Microsoft, we went long at 308. Literally 20 minutes ago at 226. We went long at 308. Now it's at 350. We've been taking it out. That's a good little win there. So, Microsoft right now starting to work again to the upside. So, hey, so far, so good here today. Hope you're enjoying the show.
And make sure you're trading these meme names because, one by one, they just keep going up.
We just randomly talked about it.
And then zoom out, because Blackberry breaks out at 750. Just look at Friday's high. This is 770, Friday's top. And then if you look in the pre-market, it got to a pre-market high of 775. And then you had this absolute just turnaround zone at 780. So what do you think happened here? It just skied through 50s, goes right through that 70, turns around between 75 and 80, which is that wick top there, and on the way back down, holding at 70 even. So there's going to be too many of these setting up for them all to work, but I just sort of feel like if you go down the chain far enough, the further removed you get from like AMC and GameStop, some of these are probably going to work out pretty well. And maybe I should have looked at cost, but Blackberry was the one I saw. I happen to have it up. So I'm short the 70s here, 71 actually, but we'll give it to that 75 area. If it takes out the high, maybe I'll look at $8. But just be careful because you should be watching AMC and GameStop. If they start taking out the highs, sympathy plays, that's how they work, right? They take out the highs, you're going to get squeezes abound.
All right, we're talking charting timeframes today. We get a lot of questions about not only what are the best timeframes to use, but how many, specifically guys, how many different charting timeframes should a trader, especially when you're new, how many do you need to be looking at? People talk about 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, and then you get into the daily, the weekly, the monthly, hell, even yearly charts. How many timeframes, guys, do we actually need?
Well, first things first, I don't think there's a perfect answer, right? Like you have to figure out what works for you. All that being said, try to keep it as simple as possible while getting the information you need to trade. I much like the Ramans in Rendezvous with Rama, and no one's going to get that, is I believe in 3. Everything in 3. So I always have 3 different time frames, and it's why you separate them and how you separate them that matters. So I start things with a daily chart. And I think as long as you've got a daily chart, it gives you an idea of what the longer term trends might be. You can have your longer term moving averages up there as well. From there, I like a 15. Some people might say 20, 15. It's about the same thing. And this gives me more of a notion of what's happened in the last week. Like what is the short-term trends? And then where are the key levels of support and resistance that I'm likely to be trading off of for that day. And using NVIDIA as an example, like you can see, okay, like Friday's bottom, that's our support level. Were it to break this, you've got room down to, the week before, our support down at 55. It becomes pretty clear when you look at that time frame. And then something on the execution level, which will be, some people use a 1-minute chart. I've looked at 1-minute charts. I usually use a 3-minute to actually trade off of. And that's a change I made in the show, which is showing the 3-minute chart if that's what I'm looking at. And it's just for more of your execution. Like you see the consolidations a little bit better. So I execute and get in when looking at a 3-minute chart. So like a lower time frame for your executions as a day trader. The 15-minute for your support and resistance in the last couple of weeks. A daily for your overall trends.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much else to say. I mean, Neil and I discussed this earlier, and it was really just, I think the best advice is you have to do whatever's comfortable for you, right? And I think that, like we said, there's a bunch of traders starting behind us now, and you're going to do your due diligence, right? You have to find out what works for you. I'm, much more of a scalper than probably many traders, so I like to get in and out, right? So I really just trade off the 1 minute. I've seen a lot of traders just like completely disregard this whole 1-minute chart, right? But for me, I've built my lines. I've got a really good read on a lot of the names that I trade. Including Microsoft, which we just took, and this is a 1 minute, like this is a break here, some consolidation, 1 minute break up. Probably doesn't look like anything here on a 20-minute, right? You would never have made that trade on a 20-minute chart. So, that's just something that I like to look at. And just like Neil as well, I use a 20 and a 1. Really, that's it. The daily is more just to like confirm kind of where we are in the grand scheme of things. But I like to look at 20s for peaks and valleys. Just like right here, like that break there today of 306 on Microsoft was the high that we started on Friday or, a couple trading days ago. Also respawns with down here, 305 break. So we know that there's some kind of love within here and takes off. So honestly, I think the time frame question is really just a matter of how comfortable you are and the style of trading that you're doing, right? Just on Microsoft right there, because of the fee structure that we have here at Day Trade the World and whatnot, I'm able to scalp this out and be very, very, now can't even find my 1-minute chart, and be very, very profitable on, on a simple 1-minute chart here, like in and out there, quick, in and out, like made profit, in and out there on a loser, and then held this all the way to the up, just got out at the top again. So it depends on your style, and it also depends on your fee structure, right? Are you swing trading? Do you pay the $10 a trade? Like, you're not going to be able to make it. Today on AMC, I have over 100 trades, right? I mean, look at my trading on AMC. You wouldn't trade this like a maniac like this. Long 21, long 22. Look at all of these outs here. Like, it's crazy. Over 100 fills on AMC today alone, right? But I'm playing off the 1 minute chart. So I do like to make it quick in and out trades. So I feel like the right answer to this is back testing. And as much as you're comfortable with it, Neil and I will trade different styles, but we do use similar charts. So, find what's comfortable for you, find what works, and go from there.
I love those points. Don't be afraid to take the time, guys, to try different things. Try adding, try removing, try adding a different one and removing that if it doesn't work. But take the time. And the answer to the question is, there is no right answer. Do what makes sense to you and what is profitable to you. That's a look at how many time frames do you actually need, guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about rotation before we continue along here, because we mentioned as we came on there, some of the metal and mining type stocks that we were talking about a lot last week, specifically at the end of last week, a lot of money coming out of those into other names. Here's Lithium America. We saw big moves in lithium stocks towards the end of the week on some Biden comments from the White House. I'll flip over Mosaic as well, down 4% here. I just saw a big volume candle there as well for MOS. So a lot of money coming out of some of those resource names again, guys, and going into other places once again.
Yeah, oh man, LAC was on a really good run. I mean, a lot of things were on a run last week, but LAC was on a really good run. I'm just double checking the ETF. Not nearly as big of a pullback, but lit, also a bit of a pullback there. Those metals, it's completely insane. I'll say this because there was a line that you said, which is 100% right, about don't sell at newly found highs, and it makes a ton of sense. And I didn't sell it I didn't sell all of my U.S. steel, but I sold some of it not at a new high, but at the old high of 34. So I didn't break that rule, but it's still just as bad because it was at 38, not like a day later, but like 4 or 5 days later. So that's been the way this market is going. But if you never sell anything on the way up, it can be a little bit tricky to take profit, especially when you're in something that you've intended, you want it to be something that you're working it out of, and it isn't like an Apple or one of those types of names. So that's what US steel knows are for me. Down 2%. You saw some of the lithium names coming and pulling back there as well. So the resources can't go up forever. And when you have the breakout that we're seeing, and I'll just do it this way, in the NASDAQ, when you have some of the risk names and tech names this strong, we're about to break the high of the day, or at least test breaking the high of the day before I jinx it, then you're going to have a bit of a rotation, and that usually has meant that oil isn't nearly as strong. That means that the metals aren't nearly as strong in a day like today. Brendo?
Just a quick note on the market, guys. There was a note: Russia prepared to let Kiev join the EU if it remains militarily non-aligned as part of ongoing ceasefire negotiations. So that would be positive. The market seems to think so anyways.
All right, you know what? I'm going to solve this problem. Is that what you're coming over here to do? I'm just going to put this down a couple of handles here. Yeah, that's working. Okay.
If we come just quickly, I want to come to some of the meme names here. Bed Bath & Blackberry retested that high. I know. Well, there's B's in it, man. Just say B. If you guess, you'll get it right every now and then. I should know better because I've owned BlackBerry phones pretty much my entire life. But 778 in front of 780 just held again. So when it made a double top, I actually got some more shares in there. I'm going to start getting out in the 60s, but you can see I plan on having more than half of it out before we get to 760 and then taking the rest out in front of 7.5. Like, that's your ultimate out. When it gets down to that price, forget about it. Like, we're just going to get it all out there looking for the retracement. And out of the corner of my eye, I'm just confirming, and I'm in AMC, so it's not like I don't realize what's going on with the stock, but here you are. You can't get past this 26 by much, but it's still putting in some lower highs. And this is what you got to watch here. Had we been breaking out through the top, I wouldn't have added to BlackBerry. But because you're still managing to hold this high, and I've got my stop in place as well. So if it breaks out the top, I am out of AMC and reversing into a long trade on that double top breakout. But as long as we're below here, I like the retracement on some of these. If you're following if you're following along, look, you could be making this trade in lots of places. GameStop also has a break at 175. I think the difference there is you still have 180, which is what I was looking at before that little cluster. Just a bit more overhead resistance if it takes out the top, so I'd lean towards AMC, which again, AMC is the one that had the catalyst today. I understand they're all going, but AMC, in theory, should be the leader. I know GameStop has certainly had a strong day, but if I reverse long, it's going to be an AMC, not GameStop, and just picking the one that the longs have worked better on.
Yeah, that's hilarious because as you were talking about GameStop, I mean, I've already got this order ready to go, taking out the high off AMC. Your boy's going to be in that one, but we'll spit out some cash right now because BBIG right now back up to 95. Look, honestly, we took out 10% there at 94, another 10% at 93, then at 94. Now it's breaking through 95. The next offer I have is 97 right now on Vinco Ventures. So let's see if that can start spinning to the upside. And again, we're long 91s. You could get 95s if you want. It's 4 cents. Like even if you have a couple thousand shares, 4 cents right now in the last couple minutes, probably worth it. But whatever, we'll see if it can go. It just needs to take out some of these levels, including these highs of the pre-market, which is 3. It's 298. If we get going through there, I really, really like Vinco Ventures possibilities to get going. We just need to take out that 3. And then once you take out 3, then I don't even know. I don't even know if BBIG, is it option eligible? I'm not sure. But if it is, doesn't matter. It's such a low value dollar name from a value-wise that you can just punch these shares in. So take out this $3 right here, which we've already bounced off on Friday, man. I like the stock there. So here we go, Vinco Ventures. We do plan on getting some AMC long. Okay, so right here, Tesla. This is an interesting one right now because as it starts to move to the upside, you're just like resisting a little bit, right? This is a 20-minute chart, so you can see we've been hit up here a couple times before and fell back down. I don't know, man. Like, why is it just keeps on flirting, right? The NASDAQ is starting to go. Where's my 1-minute chart here? We did that chart thing, and I've lost everything. There it is. So the Tesla 1 minute, just riding the 50 period all the way up to the upside, and now we're going to see what happens here. 1097, man. I'm not getting in the way of this. I mean, I think the short is not a problem, but if you're going to short it, you could do it now. It's just your out has to be 1,100. So whatever shares you have, if you want to go short on Tesla, like you got to go $7 times whatever, 100 shares or whatever it's going to be. So you know that you can lose 700 on the trade. I know, but I don't know how else you're going to look at Tesla right now because you can't get out until it breaks 1,100. So
if you had the short at 1,100 the first time it got to 96, fair enough.
Are you going to try it or
no? Because I think if it gets there now, you're probably breaking out the high of the day in the market as well, and it's not worth it to me. Like the way I see it is, would you rather short Tesla at 1,100? Seriously, like think about this, or find one of the weaker down the chain meme stocks that's at a top, like Blackberry. Like just that gives you a setup. Or I mean, I don't know, like maybe Bed Bath & Beyond's too risky, but there's certainly going to be other opportunities out there when the market's doing this. And Tesla doesn't fit it for me. And as we say, like we just we're at about 2/3 of Blackberry down to 760, so we're almost out of all of it. If it gets to 50, we'll definitely be out. But at the same time, look at the pullback there, but AMC is right back to that high. So here comes a potential break. Bill's asking why am I so short? I did scalp most of it out and then reversed into the long. So I just got the long on GameStop. I got 56s there. I don't know what you crossed to.
Oh, I got 55. I didn't get anything.
Edge A. Direct Edge for the win. Shout out to Edge A. But anyways, we just got the breakout on AMC. It was a double top.
A lot of shares. Anyways.
So we're going to try to take this to and I bet you GameStop is doing the same thing. So scalps them out because on a breakout trade, always going to do that. And in front of the next even level, always going to take some out in front of 27. And if there's a dip, I like the dip as well if we come right back into 2650. But there's really not a heck of a lot of significance. Like in terms of levels, you're entering a channel at 27, which takes you all the way to 30. Like that's how crazy some of these ranges are in a circumstance where you broke out at 22 this morning. So it's already $5 clean to 27. And then there's another $3 range here that if it can hold above 27, you probably at least should test halfway. So I like, and the market's breaking out as well. That's the other thing about this. Like you're even getting the market breakout. Yeah, I'm not touching Tesla with a 10-foot pole short. You got to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about taking AMC through the highs. I mean, I only crossed up 5 pennies. I guess I had to cross up at least 6 there, so good trade there for Neil. Catching that as now it's ripping. I mean, I was trying to put on, like this would have been a good trade, needless to say. What? Oh, my God. AMC is just ramping up right now. So we'll do a big shout out to all the apes out there because, yeah, you guys got that. I mean, I just wish I was part of it. So now it's more of a jealousy thing than anything else because Neil grabbed that and you know, I don't know. The stops have been pretty good. I can't really complain about them. I did have an issue earlier with Tesla, but my order went out. So it's just, it's still sitting there. I can see it, so I don't have a problem. But I only crossed to 55 there, just thinking there was enough liquidity that
but that's pure.
I would get it. It's just
my cross was, I think, to 57 or 58.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes you do it and you get it, and sometimes you don't. So whatever. But it does suck because it's a money-making opportunity. Good long there. I'm going to cancel my AMC now because there's nothing to do with it, as it's gone to the upside right now. BBIG is starting to work though. That's up to 95 right now, so that's a good trade as that's starting to go through. We did punch that with big shares. I'm at the highest spot I've been at all day right now. You know why? Because look at this. Boom. On Microsoft, Mr. Softy is in the building right now. So we spin the money. We haven't done that at all today. And there it is, man. We just took this trade right in front of you guys. We talked about taking Microsoft long at 308. Oh, well, it's only at 309.25 right now. So a nice little $1.25, $1.30 now in the money here for Mr. Softy. And sometimes it's a good day, and today is one of those days as we're starting to go up to the upside. Yeah, there it is. Like, how did we call this? I mean, it was above the 50-period moving average. It took out VWAP. That was the key to me. And it was right at a bar-coded level of 308. So now let's see, how far do we think Mr. Softy can go? Why can't we go back to day's high? I don't know. The market's up 1.19% here. It looks like we came back and brought the bulls with us. You guys remember earlier, this was a bear. If you remember, FOD. If you remember... There you go. If you remember, this was a bear earlier on in the day when the market was red. I turned this around for you guys. The people's trader, literally, the bull has the good luck, and now you're seeing the market at day's high, and there goes Softy to the upside. So there you go. Some days we feel bearish. Today was one of those bullish days. We're back in the building, and the market is definitely rewarding us here today with nothing but upside. And by the way,
we should show
it's
this
getting
quickly.
Close.
If you look at the UVXY is just cratering here, guys. Like that's the other.
VIX, though.
That's the other thing. Like it's. That's a straight shot to the downside.
Tesla
and Tesla
$2.
1100 right now.
Yeah, $2 away from Tesla right now. Did I just see? Yeah, it's on 97. Sorry, it's $3 away from Tesla. Microsoft's $1.70 in the money in Rip City right now. But let's watch out to see what happens here with Tesla back up to the day's high. I mean, part of me, guys, wants to hit the short sell here. Like just sell this and then put my head down and wake up in 2 or 3 minutes and see what happens. But you know what?
Usually it's like an auto in front of a level like that, 1100.
But I'm already, I mean, that's the thing. We're too trained to short these levels.
But also,
I mean, it's
with everything sort of happening, I just feel, and by the way, like the VIX is trying to make a bit of a turn there. And that's the other thing. Like you get that move down in volatility and then starts bouncing. Oh, that's another reason you want to be shorting the high. Just taking a shot that it makes that turn. And here it is. It's 97. This is the exact price it got to last time. I'm basically staying away from it because I'm trying to be a little bit disciplined. It doesn't feel right to do it. I'm coming back to AMC because I thought there was a chance that it could be a bit of a dip. It didn't break 27. Remember that channel 27 to 30 on the daily chart? It never got to 27. So we took some out in front of that 27 level, and now it's going to start to dip in. I think your dip buy is a little bit closer to 26 than the 26.50 that it broke out. Really, if you look at the pullback from 26.50, essentially that was a 50-cent move, and then the break from 26.50 is a 50-cent move in either direction. So off of this high, this double top, you can say in the longer time frame it's done nothing, right? Like it's going to scalp in both directions. So I think if you're dip buying, it's got to be back over here at 26 even instead of up there at 26.50. I could be wrong about that, but we'll see. It's so tempting in Tesla. We're up at 98 now. Oh my God.
No, it's still the same. Oh, did it hit? No, still 97s. No.
Oh no, it didn't hit.
Man, I was just thinking this AMC, damn it, that was been so good. It just pulled back, and again, it didn't pull back to 55. It pulled back to 57 there, but that was a minute ago. I don't think that wick actually happened, but I believe this one did. Back down to 62 right there. So I don't know. It's up to 27. I don't think we need to short this name, but it's wow, we called it 21 long this morning. 30% later, this stock is now up huge for AMC. So yeah, Ape Nation winning today for sure. Apple, we had a great long early on Apple as well. And again, like we just dumped all these. Our Apple long was 173. It's at 175, so that's a nice $2 winner. We did cash out of Apple right here when it broke through at 174, so we took $1 on it, but yeah, man, it's now $2 ramping up. Look at the support here at 173. So what we're gonna do is keep those in mind, right? I mean, that's kind of how we build our sticky note as well, is we look to see what held the past couple days, what we were trading. And man, I'm losing my voice here. But
look at any, like every single, like, if you think of stock, thank you guys for pointing this one out, but any, that put a parabolic move in. So that went from doing absolutely nothing all day to up 21% on this recent break. So look, the first thing you do when in doubt, zoom out. And of course, why when I have it correct in NASDAQ is it showing, oh, give me a break. One chart was right and the other one I have to refresh. Is my 15-minute going to show? Yeah, the 15, hopefully it'll load back up. Like you're breaking out into uncharted territory. But anytime you break from $2, the first thing I think about is it going to get to 250, which is a psychological level. There's really not a heck of a lot at that price, but it's the first level that makes sense. And then if it gets to 3, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. Here comes AMC on the dip. So we did talk about more like 26 than 26.50, and I think that's about to get put to the test here. So, AMC, I'm going to hold on to that to what we have left in it, and then look for the 26 dip buy on AMC. Blackberries just went into the 50s. I think once it gets down to about 50 even, I should be all flat on Blackberry. And again, it's just a lower hanging fruit. There is zero catalyst to Blackberry today. Ain't no news. Nothing going on, just a sympathy play, which means it should get back down unless something ridiculous does happen. I suppose it's possible, but I'm obviously betting that it's not.
No, nothing ridiculous can happen in the markets. That's ridiculous.
Never happened.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. We did, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, what the heck's wrong with BBIG?
Tesla.
Okay, we did reloaded. I mean, it's not really a reload. We'll just see if we can go, whoa. Look at Tesla down to 1094 now, by the way. Like, just like, man up, I guess, and short that. But, oh, no, you're right. It did go. Oh, no, after you said it did go to 98. Like, this is the stupid thing. So now you're $3, $4 in the money now if you did short off there. But look, the market's pulling back. Like, you're dancing with the devil here. In the pale moonlight, I might add, if you do short Tesla. But, I like the name and I like the stock for sure. It's just a matter of, like, trying to find those levels. I just didn't want to short it. I've seen that too many times, as so have you guys, I'm sure. Been run over by some of these huge names. Oops, I don't want to get out of that many shares. Oh, we got actually a nice little long there on AMC. Let's just go over here quickly. I didn't even realize I got hit there at the bottom. So here we go. Now we have a nice little win for Tesla. Oh yeah. We just offered 46s and got missed there. Let's see if 46 can fill us up. What's the difference between 46 and 44? 2 cents, but whatever. We'll take a little bit right there. Off of our long, we're long at 38 right now on the reload back down here for AMC. We did miss that 50 break, but we are bouncing off the 50 period. And like Neil said, I think we have some support at 26, but I don't want to hold it too much below this 50 period. It's really, hit that. Maybe 26.20 will drop it off. That's why I'm trying right now to take a little bit of profit here, especially if we do fill. There it is. Yes, sir. So coming back in that. Oh yeah, dog. Here goes AMC to the upside right now, taking out that 26.50. So right now we have a 20-cent winner on AMC. And we got to hold, right? We got to hold some of this. And there it goes. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're back. Here we go. Now we're right back to the high of the day. What's up, Brad? We're going right back to the high of the day right now on AMC. Let's hope we can take out that 27. But hey, I was born at night, but not last night. We're going to take some profit out right now on that 60 move. So a nice little move there. And yeah, that's good. Now we'll hold the rest of AMC. We're out of half now. And let's see if this can go back up. Trade can't be a loser now. Let's see where AMC goes from here.
Yeah, and all of these names are starting to, I don't want to say calm down a little bit, but consolidate, I think, is the word for the next move up. And oh, goodness. Now I'm talking Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm saying Blackberry, so I'm just going to mix them up all day. But Bed Bath & Beyond on the daily, probably as significant a level as you'll see in any of these. This 25, I think we talked about this last week, there's been all kinds of resistance at $25, and it's been battling this multiple times just in the last week here. Each time it gets through, it fails. If we can retake the high, and look, right now it's obviously looking like a pullback in Bed Bath, another wick high, another pullback. But if this one goes, I don't think any of these names have more room to go to the upside than Bed Bath & Beyond. So, this is a monster level here. Am I probably going to put a short on? Yeah, I mean, I've got the AMC long off that dip buy, so I do feel pretty much okay playing off this 25 level in Bed Bath & Beyond, but I got to go check to see how expensive it is for shorts, Miss V.
Hey guys, Power Hour officially has begun. I hope you will find more profitable opportunities. I remind you to like this video. We have 3,400 people watching and only 300 likes. So team, I understand you're very busy and here I am. Please smash the like button. Back to you guys.
Uh-oh, who likes chicken? Because it's a chicken dinner winner right there. Microsoft now $1.60 in the money. I'm just going to hold this, man. I mean, I'm not going to have FOMO anymore about Tesla. We've absolutely destroyed this Microsoft for you here live on the show. So thanks for watching one more time, guys. And we just took it out to the upside. But again, man, like we only have 20, 40, 60, 80. We only have 20% left of the trade right now. But it's $1.50 in the money. And we'll just continue to scalp this to the upside here and see where we go. AMC, 20 cents. And just to let you know, I took 2 outs there in the 60s. Actually, one was 60 flat, and one I think was 50. No, one was 63, and one was 60. So nice outs. I mean, it's not far away. It probably rips up to here. My next offer is 70, and then we'll see about taking out this 90, and then upside through 27. But the thing about it is like this is what happens to me all the time, and I showed you this earlier. And just as I said, I try to fix my habit. It's just like when it starts to run in there, and I just see those dollar signs. It's like sometimes I just offer, and then I regret doing it because I look back. It's like, oh man, those money signs could have been a hell of a lot more. They could have actually been Bitcoin money signs because Bitcoin right now, guys, starting to go higher and higher and higher. Let's go to a 1-minute chart. Thanks to Brendan for bringing this to our attention again. 48 was just touched right there on BTC not too long ago. So what a good move here for crypto to the upside. Now just bouncing off this 47.8. That's going to be great, man. I mean, I've been buying crypto on these dips. You guys know that. So it's been a big run for me. I feel like I got an eyelash in my eye here, so we're going to wipe that off. But so far, so good here on BTC and also Ethereum up to 3,400. And then, you know, we've been buying Cardano. We talked about that. That's 122 right now off of an 85 bottom, so that's been good. Solana, the other one that I own. So basically, 4 big cryptos. Here we go. AMC right back up to again, testing the highs, and we've got this one. So let's go now on AMC over to the big desk with the big man.
Ford, guys, just popped up there on some volume, trying to get back to positive. I mean, it is positive, 0.5% on the day, but some volume came in there. CEO Jim Farley teasing this. That's not a great picture, but the Ranger Rattler apparently going to be ready by this summer. So that was just tweeted by Jim Farley.
Yeah, one of the things it was weird. We were talking about that, about Ford in particular at lunchtime, but how it just hasn't been as exciting, and GM as well. Well, you see some of these EV names going crazy. I mean, Tesla's starting it out with a crazy volume, and it's been sleepy zone for some of the others. Now, CellZ is another name that is up 25%. 25%, you have 100% in some names, but CellZ, $5 top here. Just watch out, there's a bit of a spread at times on this stock, but $5, pretty decent level on CellZ, CELZ. Just got Bed Bath & Beyond. I think if you're looking for a 5 break, the volume on CellZ, not tremendous, and the spread has been opening up, which can be conducive or tell you that things are a little bit dicey on the volume end, right? Like spreads get bigger, and a $5 stock, if a $5 name that's hot and in play has more than a 3-cent spread, a lot of times it means liquidity is junk. And you want to be careful with that. Like Bed Bath & Beyond is up, 10%. It's done 7.5 million shares, and it's 5 times the price, and it has a 3-cent spread. And it's a squeeze name. So I don't expect more liquidity on Bed Bath & Beyond than CellZ. That's exactly the opposite. But if we break the high in Bed Bath & Beyond, I think you can reverse into a long. But I want to have some kind of a balance here. AMC still hasn't gotten through that 27 yet. I think that's the next stop. It holds above that price, and all bets are off for your shorts. And Blackberry, from Blackberry to Bed Bath & Beyond, I did this to myself by trading both these, by the way. That's clearly like my own fault, because I'm just going to screw it up all day. Blackberry now holding 760s. I might need to take this one off. For anyone that's tuning in for the first time, we're day trading, and as day traders, you're flat at the end of the day, which means no more positions. So you got to take profit. It can be in the money, doesn't matter. You've got to get out of it by the end of the day. So once the clock becomes an issue, then covering away from your target price is just par for the course. Tightening your stop, putting a trailing stop, all these things you have to think about, regardless of what you think of the position. Going forward, at 4 o'clock, we're gonna have to get out of it, and that's why I have to think about BlackBerry taking more shares off. But Bed Bath & Beyond, high of the day is my out. We'll reverse long if we can get it. Brendo, what's up?
So Biden was on TV, guys, talking about his budget, his 2022 budget. But of course, all the reporters are now asking him about the comments he made on the weekend regarding Russia and specifically Vladimir Putin. So just a heads up on the futures right now. He's answering some of those questions currently.
All right. Okay, so just looking at this, man, I mean, we'll see if Biden says anything, and Brent will be here as well with us. But there's AMC. We just took some out at 90, or sorry, it went to 90. We got 85s there. But you could see a big move to the upside as we refill our waters right now, as this is starting to go here. So, wow, nothing but love. I'm losing my voice. It's not, we'll have to see if this can continue. But there it goes, man. AMC now to 90, 92,
I think it's 94. An ad on a 27 break.
What was that?
I think it might be an ad on a 27 break. I'm trying to resist it, but.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I'm piecing this out. I mean, I don't know. It's a big win for me. We've absolutely crushed AMC today, and here we go again. Like, what was I even thinking shorting this name here? As there it goes. Shout out to Playmaker. Shout out to everybody because there it is, man. Roll the dice with this one. AMC. There it goes, Neil. Wow, it might have been a good. I don't know. Like, it's really getting spicy right now. Up through 27.11 right now, going to the upside right now. There it is.
Hold it.
This is the thing, you have to hold. Like,
I hate when it does a wick top through an even level.
That's exactly what happened to me earlier in the morning, and that's why I'm kind of like, and I actually was like kind of upset about this trade. Look what happened to me earlier as well. It's that same kind of trade that happened earlier, which is why when it started falling back down here under 21, I do have some under 21 outs today because it made that wick top and then went all the way back to 2072. So there is a lot of potential, just like right here. It took out, look, oh yeah, baby. Let's go AMC. It just took out that 22 right there, and then it came all the way back to 2184. So the same thing kind of happening right now, as it is explosion central right now, up $1 on AMC. Like, what exactly is going on? I'm never taking a vacation again, I don't think, because this market is just wild. Like Prad said, sometimes it's like you're caught. If I was still in Miami, I probably would have spent like $500 already today. And now we're here trading, going nuts. Let's take another piece out, man. Good call, Neil. On the ad through 27, I did not add, but that was a good call. Now it's going to the upside, and wow.
Someone just flashed a big 50 order, 27.50 there. So
200 million though, right? Remember?
No, I know. But if it pulls back, it gives. Look, the thing of when it gets this high, and again, like it just made a bit of a mild turn off of 27.50. It got parabolic, but if it pulls back any, then you can start thinking about the dips, and you can just play you can also play breaks. 27.50 can just be another scalp break. Like 27 gave you a scalp break just there. 27.50, someone flashing that offer caused a 15-cent pullback. I thought that was going to be deeper back to 27 even, and you get that reload. But now it's just, I guess, take every single break for a scalp trade. Because if we pull back, consolidate, do the same thing we did at 26.50, at 27.50, you can basically rinse and repeat the same price action. And by the way, you better believe I just punched right out of Blackberry, because if it's in the money when this took out the high, might as well take it. Bed Bath & Beyond still hasn't taken out the high of the day. So I still like the reversal. I'm just not sure why it's not breaking the high. I'm shorted in front of that high, but like AMC, I am reversing it through that key price. I don't mind scalping the short when it's there, but when you take out the top and it's a big level, you do want to take the long. Tesla, by the way, I mean, we'll look at it, but it's a bit frustrating now because it's still pulling back. And the market made that high and is consolidating off the top, and Tesla did give you that 1100. Typically speaking, I don't love that if you get it the second time through. Usually it runs you over if you take the short the second time off a level. In this particular case, it hasn't. I guess the out was pretty solid for now on AMC, but if there's no chance to buy the dip, then if it rips even further, that means I've missed my entry point. I don't like chasing it too close to the high.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think that we just took an out there at 27.50 there. So we don't have too much left, but you know what else is starting to pop a little bit here? And I mean, I hope BBIG could go. We got a 95 out. We took this long at 91. You know, I thought that we'd had a chance at $3, so now we can sort of wait. We're actually out of half of it now. It just didn't move as fast as I thought it would. So, you know, with AMC moving and everything like that, we're just going to hold on to this one and see where we go. Beyond Meat's, okay, we can talk about this name. We talked about this earlier where we shorted this all the way through. It's possibly at another short level right now. The only thing is there was I put out a tweet a couple weeks ago. There was some big news about Beyond Meat here on, and I'm just going to FinViz. Brendan can maybe double check this. Let's see what the short, like, check out short float on this, Brendo, for Beyond Meat, because FinViz has 40% short.
That's what I saw last week.
Yeah, and I think it's right, because so that's a catalyst for this thing just to rip. So I don't think we'll short it right now. But again, if it gets back up to 49, we have a small piece left, and that's really the problem. I was thinking that we could get a lot lower than that. Okay, AMC, now you're starting to get ridiculous, breaking through 27.50 again.
Oh, that break was no good.
Yeah, nothing but.
Well, not yet.
Yeah. You got to give all these breaks some time, it seems like. And that seems like it's still going to the upside. Yeah, Brendan said confirmed. He has the same, 38. So, short percentages aren't going to be exact, but when we have two
they're estimates.
reputable, like we have two sources that we believe in. FinViz has been pretty accurate, and then Icon, the terminal that similar to a Bloomberg terminal, but we went with Icon. So there we go. AMC now just continues to go.
That's better.
That's the thing, Neil. Like, you thought it was a bad break. Not that you actually thought that, but like, it stops, drops, and pops. So, I mean, there you go. AMC, nothing but love to the upside. I'm going to try to hold this as long as I can, man. Now AMC overtakes Tesla.
You know why it's turning to scalp mode, I think? Well, at least, like, that last volume spike was huge. But I feel like some of the volume in these names is starting to taper off a little bit. So I might get in and out of this last AMC. And I was making the point here of what happened in GameStop. Volume spikes in AMC. GameStop is not nearly as strong. And I kind of look at what's going to make that next turn. But the volume here has not really approached or broken out of anything that we've seen in the last hour or so. All that being said, like, I just took a couple back-to-back longs in AMC, and Bed Bath & Beyond does take the high. So I'm now long that one as well. And we'll just see where they go. Like, this is not about the market. It's not about the NASDAQ or the ES breaking those highs. This is simply about the strength in the squeeze and meme names. And for Bed Bath & Beyond, as far as I'm concerned, this actually hasn't broken out on the higher time frame yet. And if it does go, if we can go from these levels, this low 25 area, there's just so much overhead room here for Bed Bath & Beyond. So I will watch AMC out of the corner of my eye here, and just sort of say to myself, unless it's a really sharp pullback in the meme names, I'm not going to GameStop up, and if I'm not trading it, even though I'm not trading it, AMC, even though I just scalped the last out, because to me the risk, the reward on Bed Bath & Beyond, if it makes another leg up here, should be potentially huge. But there's no way, like, if AMC capitulates back into 26, Bed Bath & Beyond is no good. That much is pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I was sort of thinking about the same thing with BBIG here. Is there any names you guys want me to look at here on the chat? I mean, let's go. Okay, Henry Z. Okay, Henry Z, I see you. Let me guess what stock. Palantir he wants to look at. So, okay, we'll go here and have a quick look. Yeah, Palantir, wow. Just another one of those huge names for us. Well, for me anyways. I own this name, and the last time we bought this was 12. I mean, I think there's potential in this name, but again, not making money. So it's not like I can say this is the best stock to own. It's been a great environment for some of these stocks, but still, we need to start turning a profit. And when and if that does happen for Palantir, I mean, I'm really interested to see the next quarter. Again, data and intelligence, all that kind of stuff, immigration. They have contracts all over the world. So I'm really excited to see, what kind of guidance they give. But again, we need to wait for this stock. Nice little move upside. It's really resisted. This is a 20 period. And again, I don't know why my chart's not loading. It just did take out the 50 period moving average. And what I said about Palantir was, as long as we kind of got above this level 1250, which happens to be the 50 period, and then we got to clear this 1450. But I mean, that's like that for all stocks. There's a lot of stocks that have been beat down that right now. You just kind of hope that you still have some more legs to it, including a name that I do see a lot of love on the chat for, SoFi. SoFi's up to 919 again. A little bit surprised. I thought in a day when the market's been going crazy and there's been a lot of these like sort of popular social media stocks going and whatnot, I would have thought not Palantir, sorry, that's kind of a social media stock. Palantir hit $40 or so I guess it was February, March, when everything was going crazy because of Reddit and whatnot. But SoFi, again, makes a beautiful bottom here at 880. So I think it retested and held. So now we go back up to the upside, 919 or so there on SoFi. You can see it's been a nice little move upside. We still haven't taken out the day's high. If you want to see a name that could run, if it does take out the day high, SoFi might be the one for you, taking out 925. Now, BBIG, by the way, 5 cents in the money, we'll take it. And I mean, AMC can't stop, won't stop. up to 28 bucks right now. We just took this. Okay, oh, you know what we haven't done yet today? We haven't done this too much. Where is it? There it is. We've done the ape, I think, maybe too much, but we did get the reload rate there on that move, and it was actually a starter position. It's just we traded it a lot today, so there's the reload. And we did, like I said, man, we did go short with AMC, but look, we learned our lesson. Like, that short is 25.45. These outs are in the 20s. That is 25.10, and then when it busted out through 28 right now, that's a 25.74, so it's like a 30-cent hit. And now look what's happening. We're taking out 28 now? Are you even kidding me? The sticky note this morning, guys, again, we had all over our sticky note today was, and again, I'm going to keep pumping because I don't really care, was $21 long. Right there. Test the 21 break, and we had it, and we had a decent amount of shares. We just traded it out. And then we also had 22s long as well. And now you see it up to, wow, Neil, just taking, I don't know if you're watching GameStop because
GameStop's at that 180 level from the daily chart.
Wow, this just keeps going and going and going. AMC, congratulations to everybody that's been holding this one. $28? Wow, it just was at 13, what, a week and a half ago? Nice move for everybody that's been holding on to that one. AMC to the moon, baby. And you know what? Shout out to Lucas, because guess what? It's back, baby. There it is. We got those beats coming through right now. We'll take $1.75 here on some AMC shares and then hold one piece and see where we go from here.
Yeah, remember this morning we were talking about GameStop, that 180, if it got through, if it chewed through some of these levels. We were reverse long at 65. I didn't hold it all the way. I got out like $10 ago of the long trade, unfortunately. But that 180 level, back from December, just got a spike. And it was a parabolic spike. Up into 179.50. It then immediately retraced back to 79, where I just got into the trade to the south side. Bed Bath & Beyond just got back out to its breakout price, but AMC starting to, I mean, it's up 40%, so starting to slow down is kind of nonsensical. But the bigger level overhead was on GameStop, in my estimation here, and it's up half of what AMC, which has the true catalyst. Was that Brendan?
Regular session over, obviously, for oil, guys, but worth noting. We are quickly approaching 10% for crude oil to the downside. Just made a new low there, down to 103.5 again. It's crazy the moves we see in oil the past couple of weeks. But yeah, day lows here for CL.
I feel like I'm going to look at Chevron and hate myself because there probably was a trade there this morning.
Oh yeah, to the short side. I'm a buyer of oil. I was just going to say I'm going to actually just. Maybe I'll just buy it after the show. I want to buy XLE. I'm in ZEO in Toronto. I think oil is the best trade possibly for 2022. So when it's down 10%, I think you got to hit it. But by the way, man, maybe BBIG is in oil, but right now they're not. They're just kind of joking around. But look at BBIG, man. We just called this at 291 again. And so there it is. Like, it's up to 298. We just took out another piece there, and we still hold. So we hold half of BBIG. Now it's starting to go up to the upside, and there he is. We take another piece out at 98. Let's see where we go, and we'll see if we can break 3. I mean, I like Vinco Ventures breaking out. We talked about the short interest on that stock and how people have been trading it and the possibilities of this stock to get going again. It made a beautiful bottom and held at $2. Let's see if it can get into this 350 area. I don't think it's going to happen today, but again, if this squeeze or whatever's happening in this market, which it is right now. I mean, AMC is off right now, just basically all the way back, taking back to January again. Well, actually, it's December. So taking care of all of this nonsense and all the way back up here to $30 again today, and just keeps on ramping up, man. It's all, what happens is that, people, and we can explain this over and over again, but the delta squeeze and all that kind of stuff, it's like as more and more traders buy options in these names, it forces the equity to go up. That's just the way it works. And, quite frankly, I am surprised that they've been able to get this to move like this today. So I don't know, but congratulations to everybody that's been long on AMC. What a trip today on that name. And I mean, I couldn't be happier to be back here and trading it live with you guys. And I mean, I hope it's been just as good as every show with Arun. I mean, I'm trying to bring the heat, and I think we've done a decent job here today. I mean, Vinco Ventures right now, guys, is testing $3. I mean, it's testing $3 to the upside. I have over 240 fills today on my whole account. And you know how much I paid? $7.81 in fees. 242 fills today. So let's keep going, man. I mean, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day. Mr. Softy is right back. I mean, we called this Mr. Softy trying to go to day's high. We're now what, I mean, not even a buck. Let's call 310. I mean, 310's not bad. We're 25 cents away from that, and then another 50 cents to the day's high. Vinco Ventures, I don't even have offers out. I think we'll put one at 3, but that looks like it's going to take out 3. And then when it does, I don't have any levels until 350. So I don't think we get there, but I really like what's happening here. And what a big day. And I hope you guys are doing well as well here today. Miss V.
Hey guys, viewers numbers growing fast, but likes number is not that much. So please, if you didn't like this video yet for any reason, maybe you were busy or you just joined us, please find less than a second, give us a like, and let's continue on this great day. Just 30 minutes left, and we really hope you will help us to get 1,000 likes at least. Back to you guys.
We can do that. Miss V's in the green. She's at the desk. The market is absolutely rallying. That's the other side of this coin here, right? We just broke the high of the day, and I know we're still barcoding off of it, but the market overall, it's not just the meme names. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's up back at 281. 281, like give me a break. This was at 273 this morning. Look at where NVIDIA is here. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about this breaking out on the daily with room to go at 284, and it doesn't really matter. Like I could have showed you NIO. It doesn't really matter what you guys want to look at. NIO's at the high of the day, up 6%, about to try to make that a little bit of a break. But right now, the story, it is going to be in the meme names. Like I said, I just got that GME, and you watch, and I'll pull up the side by side so you can see what's going on here in AMC. Like it just battled at 28.50, so sort of a random level for AMC, but it's the middle of that 27 to 30 channel. The more it consolidates here without breaking out, as I said, the volume not nearly as big on GameStop, about half what it was in the morning. AMC, as it breaks out, it's putting in the same amount of volume that it was earlier on in the session, so a bit of a stronger move. And if we fade, I just feel like the risk reward is a little bit better in the GameStop fade than the AMC fade. It doesn't mean that you can't short AMC. If you'd like to, go for that. But the 180 level was what I saw this morning on GameStop. So if I don't take that turn when these start to slow down, I don't know what turn I'm going to take.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what to do either on all these names. I mean, I'm just sort of starstruck here watching some of these names go to the upside and just can't believe, our fortune, honestly. I mean, that's what I'm going to call it, our fortune to be able to have them as we sit here and trade. I mean, I feel, blessed every day to come in to trade and be able to throw around some cash in this market and do what you love. I mean, I think that's every person's dream is to be able to do that. And then not only that, but today you're seeing tons of profitable opportunities. So, all right, the Katina Express. Thank you guys for that. Oh yeah, Team PJ Project. What's up on that one? Let's see. You want to talk about Smile Direct? Let's go over in there and have a quick look here. You smile, I smile, we smile there. Justin Bieber. Oh yeah, by the way, did you see those Justin Bieber jerseys? If the Leafs ever play, he made a reversible jersey. I don't mind the first ones, the black with the blue. Right? I like the first ones, but okay. I mean the other one where you can flip it inside out and it's like a smiley maple leaf face. Like what is this, man? Like are we a Teletubby?
I'm not a very big fan of the jersey, but
really the next gen one. Hold on, let me find it.
I guess it's
maybe Valeria can find it. You found them. Okay, so when Valeria's ready.
Of course you
But
found
I don't want to
them.
see. There we go. That looks sick. Honestly, find Austin. Find the game where they wore them. Like
maybe it looks better on the player because when I saw the picture, I wasn't a huge fan of it. But maybe it is better on the.
Yeah, no, it looks sick. I was watching the game. I thought it looked great. But remember, we also have the the Patrick jerseys. They're St. Pat's jerseys from history.
I always like those.
I like those too. The green and white. They wear those.
Okay, so here comes 180.
Once a year, though.
Guys, here comes 180. So I'm gonna have my stop. I'm not messing around. My stop is gonna be at 180 on GameStop. It just went to 180 on a dime. There's one other trade here. If it breaks the top and does an immediate sort of rejection, like a wick top through that 180, it is going to be a re-entry trade for me. And one of those where it goes straight up, puts in that wick, and immediately capitulates. It's just a level that I like that trade. Not every level is like that. This one is because it's significant on the daily chart as well. So here comes GameStop 180 as the market is going absolutely crazy here. And Mike saying Disney must be broke. I mean, I have no idea there. But again, I'm not trying to hate too much on the jerseys. It's just everyone's got to do you. And my first look when I saw that thing was, it's kind of like I wasn't a huge fan of like the coloring there. I like the classic, and I'm all about the classic levels, but it's all about 180 here on GameStop for me. Gonna eyeballs to that stock. And if you're watching AMC, it's also at the high of the day. So one of the things that could take us through is AMC breaking the top, GME breaking the top at the same time. If they all go at the same time and then there's a pullback, obviously you can see what happens when the rug pulls. There's not a lot of size on the level 2, otherwise I'd show it to you. Only a few thousand shares. I'd say about 100 to 10,000, 15,000 shares, which is not a ton into 13 million on GameStop.
Yeah, I mean, look here. I mean, here's them playing with these. I mean, you're not like honestly, it's almost better than it's probably.
Really?
I think it's their best jersey. It's better than the white. It's better than the original, in my opinion. It's just awesome. But remember, it's the same jersey. It's not 2 jerseys. The other one is a flip, and they're never. If they ever wear that one on the ice, then honestly, like, then I have problems. But this black, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty hot. It's good. Anyways, I'm surprised you don't like it. Okay, all right, let's just move on that one.
I'm too picky.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
I'm
okay.
like Pratt. Am I a hater at heart? Maybe, I don't know.
Prad's not a hater, is he?
Pratt doesn't hate anything.
Okay,
He loves
let's
everything.
move on from that one. Yeah, so okay. Anyways,
Well, how does this make any sense?
Beyond Meat now. I think we're getting close to another short here. How much time is left? Only 27 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we have the clock running against us, too. So the weird thing is, GameStop just pulled back a little bit off the high there, while the stock that wasn't going, really. So you're going to tell me that as we're pulling back from the high, now Bed Bath & Beyond wants to take the high? Like, it's just a weird dynamic. Like, if GameStop and AMC pull back, the GameStop just went in the money after testing that 180 again, and you're going to tell me it's going to break upside on Bed Bath & Beyond, which has been weak? All of that is telling me that this is a trap move on Bed Bath & Beyond, and what I should be doing is being happy to take something out here. So I will take a little bit out because it can't even get through 25.50, and it took all this trouble to get through that high of the day a second time through. Oh, hold on to a piece because I love the level on the higher time frame. And yes, if these meme names are still going tomorrow, then you file this one away and remember what we've broken out from here. You can't hold it over. We can't hold it overnight. Not that I like holding these plays overnight either way, but that's a significant level break for Bed Bath & Beyond. When everything else has sort of broken these highs and ran, Bed Bath & Beyond has been left behind, not breaking this 25. So got to take something out because it's relatively weak. But overall, I still love this. And if we get a chance to shoot off this level tomorrow, we 100% will because 25 has been fantastic.
Ooh, yeah, we can look at some Amazon in a minute. I mean, I think all these names got to be bought. I mean, I've already done my buying in the last little while, so we talked about NASDAQ getting, to the 200 period and things like that. I talked about some of the names that I've been buying. I told you I tweeted out ARKKQ that we bought, that one at 64. I mean, it's not really moving today, but that's the 69. The Qs we bought at the 200 period a few times anyways, as it's dipped back in. We can check out the daily chart on the Qs here. That's the 50 period there, and then it was all the way down back. Oh, the 200 period, what am I talking about? It was the 50 period. But there was something, I don't know, I guess my chart has to load, but it was the Qs down here. Every time we kept testing, not the 200 period, the Qs back down into some of these levels here, we were buyers of that, but we didn't buy anything at the very bottoms. It's not like we bottom picked it. You had to be very, very specific. There was only a few days where we flushed, but into here is what I'm talking about, where we were starting to buy some of these 330 and so on and so forth. So Q's done really well. Microsoft's another name that we liked. We liked the 270, 280 level, so we were buyers there as well. But yeah, it's just been a good run. I don't know if it's going to be over or not. Remember, we have non-farm payrolls coming on Friday, so that could definitely throw some cold water to this. But I mean, if you're not a buyer of Microsoft, which I think is like, one of the number one stocks you could honestly buy, I mean, when it comes back into these areas, I'm a buyer over and over and over again. Yeah, exactly. It's all about your time frame. So I'm talking long term here, guys. So Microsoft, like I first was buying this thing at $30, $40. So it's not a big deal. But again, that was 15 years ago, right? So you hold on and you see what happens. You already have Tesla Catalyst to possibly splitting again, and then a dividend going through. Oh, what I want to get at was we did get lucky enough to get hit at 99 there on BBIG. It didn't even test 3. So now that that's turned around, we do have another offer at 98. So hopefully we can get filled up there at 98, and then we can be able to see where we go from here. So BBIG looking to get another fill here at 98. Hopefully we can get out of that one. It does look like we are losing some steam here. So on AMC. So this is going to look bad on the chart, but that's fine. I'm going to get out of the last little bit here that we have if we break below this 2780. So if that happens, fine. We did give this up, but hey, man, I mean, you can't have $1.70 winners if I'm not going to hold on to a little bit. So we'll wait here for AMC. Hopefully it comes back up to the high. I will take this out at 2830 if it comes back. We are running out of time, but I believe I heard Brendan. What's up?
I was just looking into Shopify, guys. Just saw a note suggesting that the New York Stock Exchange is going to investigate the stock's move on March 18th, which is this day. If you go to the chart there, guys, wait for it. There we go. Thank you. So it's this day. We had a big move all the way up to almost 800, 780 anyways, on Shop. So apparently the NYSE going to investigate some dealings apparently on that day, guys. If you were someone who traded Shopify on that day, the 18th, heads up.
Interesting. You don't see that too often, but
that was a close,
yeah,
right?
That was a close.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Look, the auction was
they
ridiculous.
should investigate it.
The auction was a pretty ridiculous move, and I think anyone that saw the chart.
Fix your auction process then.
That's the rub, right?
That's what I'm saying.
The TSX actually just recently fixed it. Like they just made a change in the auction process, and so things should have got less volatile. That was the idea. Now, quickly over here, because it was just showing that I was still in the 179 in GameStop, which is entirely untrue. My stop was at 180. It broke 180, put a wick off top, so I got stopped out. We'll take the hit. And then it did that wick off top that we sort of thought, okay, well, this is what it usually does. It broke up through 181, slammed back down. I got the short off of 80s and then took some out at 79. And now the stop is back to the high of the day. So it puts the wick out top, looked like it was about to capitulate, and then has now bounced right back off the high. But we said we'd be back in if it put that type of a, candle, I guess is the way to think about it, wick off or whatever you want to call it. It's just a wick high. That's all I'm talking about. And once we're in that in GameStop, it should be fixed now. So I was out at 80. This is a new position off of 180 on the way back down through. High of the day is the new stop in. Like I said, I took some Bed Bath & Beyond out. It's still struggling at 25.50, so the run might be muted or over on Bed Bath & Beyond.
And there it is, Mamma Mia, wow, what a day. Like, I am now done probably with AMC as we take it out at the high of the day. Look where this actually happened, by the way. It actually went all the way down to 2770 and we didn't get out. Remember we talked about like looking at this area? It just completely flushed. It came all the way back, man. We got out at 29.30 and now it's like rock and roll. Like that was a $2 winner. Like we just put this on at 305 on AMC and took another $2. Oh man, like I can barely, like I don't, like, you know, I'm on 3 hours sleep, but we absolutely, this is probably my best day in March. So and it's the 28th. So I might just never sleep again because this is just rallying. I do not suggest that. This just keeps on rallying now here to the upside. And I just like ignoring Microsoft, but oh well, yeah, this is another $2 winner that we have on board here. And yeah, we're just doing some damage here today. So really happy with the way this is trading. I wonder if there's any names that
the Qs are, so this Brendan just put to our attention.
Yeah.
The Qs are almost at the 200 period moving average.
Yeah.
Like we almost got there today. We're just like $5 away on the Qs, which is basically spitting distance. It's a ridiculous run. And that's the thing that's getting lost in this market is when you had the VIX crashing, it's still at the low of the day, by the way. VIX is still at the low, and that's why we're seeing this strength to hold up. Of course, like the one thing that is not holding up at the top, you better believe it's Tesla. Like Tesla is back to 1085. So like the short would have worked on Tesla, unfortunately, and I'll stick by it. Like in a move like that where the market's going, I'm always going to look for the top on something like a GameStop or one of those when they really start going. But that secondary push, it did give you the dollar to get back in, and it looked like it was going to try to roll over, but it took out the high. My stop is going to be right there. You have to have a stop when you play this. You can't really just hold on to them forever. Otherwise, you're just going to get burned over and over again. You got to take your paper cuts when they're there. That's the only way to stay alive. I do still have the Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's a higher time frame trade with the clock running against. And I think that's probably some of the concern, right? Like you're trying to break out what has been just an unreal level of resistance, and it's run away from this price each time. But we have 8 minutes till the imbalances come out, 18 minutes till the close, and this might not have enough time to run because the volume, while good, nowhere near the levels on AMC and GameStop. And AMC, by the way, still has not taken out that last high. Like 28.5 is still your high of the day, and I just can't see Bed Bath & Beyond going without at least AMC trying to drag it to fresh highs. Need to see $29. Probably need to see GameStop pushing 183, 184, maybe 185 for this to work out on Bed Bath & Beyond. But the overall market, you can't complain about it, right? Like everything I pulled up was at the high of the day. I know there's not everything, literally, but all the chip names I watched, so I can look at MU. If someone puts out look at MU, I'll call it up. But I remember one thing about Micron, and that is for all of the strength in the chip names, Micron has not been able to get past 80 to 81. Everything was ripping for 4 or 5 days in a row. Micron ripped for 2 days and then spent the rest of the week resisting $81. And it's very, very different. It's also that 200 period. It's just barely breaking through it. It's just, I don't know what it is about Micron, but there's so much weakness in this name when it gets to 80 to 81, despite what we see in the rest of the field. Like Intel's been super strong. NVIDIA's been putting power moves up. Micron, not so much off these levels. And if there's a pullback day in the semis and you're still able to short this off of 80, that's been absolute cash money. It was cash money last week. I'd expect the same thing if we have any reversals in some of these semi names.
We don't trade Google here because, quite frankly, I mean, we could. It's just the spread is pretty large, and I just would much rather trade some of these other names like Microsoft, $2 now in the money. But that was a good dump spot there too, 2,500. Remember, Google's going to split. I was going to say, because I thought I was going to go if it's 3,000 is 150, so 20 to 1 or so, I believe, anyways, on Google in July. So that name, another one that you could definitely push through. It's above, just like Brendan said, the Qs are trying to get to the 200 period. It's already above that right now as it's starting to go. So, okay, here we go. Did you just short AMC? Is that what it was?
No.
Okay, because
there's no level on AMC. I just finally got the push to 27 on Bed Bath & Beyond, so I just took that one out. It's near the end of the day, and like that last volume spike, even that was not even, it's hard to tell. Like you can barely see it break out on volume, and we're running out of time. So I'm going to bank the profit, get out of it. AMC did not really hold the high break there, so the fact that you're breakout on Bed Bath & Beyond, we'll take it. We liked it on the higher time frame, but I can't really hold it long enough for it to go too far, guys. So at the end of the day, it'll end up being a winner, but the shorts have been pretty much useless. It's so weird that like Tesla 1100 was what I said this morning, and then the afternoon comes, and that was the best short. Really actually Tesla 1100, which I really didn't believe in. I believed in it earlier today, not at all in the afternoon. So I didn't have the pink short kahunis or whatever you want to call it to short Tesla at 1100, and that was your chance because everything else that I can see is super strong.
All right. That was another name that, look at AMC. I was just wondering, did we just tick that 60 there? Was that the high on AMC? Let's try right now. So we'll try that, and we'll see 28, 61 or so is the out here. We'll see if that was the high. We're going to cross up a lot more than that as we take right now a 48 short. I feel like I just got into something else there. I don't know. Oh, we got out of some of our BBIG. So we did get out some there at 97. We are testing an AMC short now into that high wick right there of 60. Looks like we'll be out of this in a second in a heartbeat as this name just dancing right now. So AMC, if our risk is going to be 17 cents, no, sorry, I want to talk about 12 cents on that one. Let's take a 12-cent target here and then go over to Brendan quickly.
MRIN popping up here, guys. Apparently there's a blog post floating around tying this to Meta and FB. So MRIN popping on some possible FB news.
So this is my apologies for not getting to DATS, but DATS did take out that, or at least hit that 320 level where I was short. I got out when it broke past my price, and then it completely reversed. So that was one where I was holding on to the last 20% for the home run trade, and then it stopped out, and then a hard reversal. So not everything was strong that we're looking at earlier. DatChat did pull back pretty heavily. So you have a triple top at 323 now on DatChat, and it seems like it wants to hold it. 185 now on GameStop, so now it really is starting to break. I'm going to hate myself for taking that Bed Bath & Beyond, but we are 4 minutes away from the imbalances, and these bad boys are still going. Could you imagine 200? 200. And a lot of times these run even further in the aftermarket, right? Like you've seen this before where it runs out of steam at 4 o'clock, but then some of the algos turn off, there's less liquidity, and then you get a secondary pump at 4 o'clock. So 200 on GameStop would seem insane. But what we said this morning was, whatever your expectations are for volatility and gross moves, widen them. That's all you got to be able to do here. With Tesla, it was in a $25 range for most of Friday. And it's like, yeah, it's probably going to double that today. And then it ended up doing that. GameStop said, hold my beer. AMC had hold my beer.
Yeah, that was quick. We got out, and I just looking at it, it was 47 seconds, and then we were out of AMC for a 12-cent hit. So it's like cry me a river. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, like the only losing trades I have is short today in AMC, and I guess it's just not going to happen. You put the short on with a hope. Like my first stage was to get out of a 12 cents there for like maybe 20%, but then once it blew it to the upside, we were able to get out right away. So that wasn't, like I tried it and it didn't work. So, that is what that is. And it just continues to keep working to the upside.
Wow.
And again, just a big time congratulations to everybody long AMC. And believe me, it's like when we go short, sometimes we get like slack for this. I don't see anybody here flack. I don't see anybody doing it here on our chat, but like, you have to understand our time frames. We are literally out of these stocks now in 12 minutes, and we get ready for the imbalances to come through. So, sometimes you're just trying to make like a quick 20 or 30 cents and get out of the way, right? And so, right here, is that what you just said, GameStop?
No, I was just saying check your stop order because I just realized I had something I need to clear out.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Now I just have Softy, and Softy's off to the races here. So, what we're talking about with the imbalances, and again, guys, hit the like button if you've forgotten or haven't yet. That would be great for us. We do have coming up here. These are what the imbalances look like. There's nothing right now because the time is 9:30. That's the last time they're updated. But coming in approximately 2 minutes, you're going to see a big update here coming through the imbalance locator. So at that point, don't ignore all of these. Like I'm just showing it to you for reference purposes. These will all update, and then we'll see what's coming through. Right now, I just got it from Prad there. It's 300 to sell, but million to sell, which is not a big number.
Oh my God, the VIX is
we just talked about that. The VIX sub 20 now, right? So I think you got to buy the VIX. Honestly, I think that this market this is probably too far too fast right now. Big movement to the upside. There's still a lot of room to go. We could go higher. It's just like
180.
I don't know. I don't think we're like inflation is running crazy. I just talked about this with a few people, and it was like how much drinks are, how much gas is, like all these prices. How much GameStop is. How much just cost of living has gone through the roof. And I mean, until we get that fixed, the Fed's not going to stop with their plan. So I don't know. I feel like just cashing out of a lot of things here is smart. This market could just continue to go upside, but they're not done with the rates, and we already know what the Fed is planning to do.
Do we not believe them?
What their goal is.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. I mean, it's going. Look, I guess the market doesn't care about rates going to 2.8. That's it. I mean, we already know they're doing it, and the market is just like.
What about if they trim the balance sheet faster than expected? No one ever it's.
Well, I think there's always
that's a big deal. But if you see me like with the googly eyes, 29 on AMC, 187 on GameStop, not on the other thing. 187 on GameStop. That's the high of the day, by the way. I'm not trying to make a reference. I'll drop rap lyrics all the time. It's just we're not doing that here. And I can't believe it because that 180 level was a significant level on the daily. Earlier in the day, that's a level you could have, it would be worth reversing off of. You could have done it here and it would have won. So what I'm getting at is I've never reversed on anything that late. And look at how hard it's going to the upside. Like 200 in the aftermarket is certainly possible. You've got to feel there's going to be a rug pull at some point, though.
Yeah, so the imbalances are now out. I don't really see anything on here that would be of any interest to any of us. It looks like the market is coming down, so there was that small sell side pressure on the market. I don't know what the eventual number was there to the sell side, but you can see the market is pulling back pretty seriously. I don't see any major names here. It just must be like all of the names just added up here because to me it looks pretty mixed, but the market is heading to the downside. There is a seller on Softy, and we did have that one up to 310, which was exactly the area that I thought it was going to go to. We're long at 308. It just fell from 310, so we did have a $2 winner there on Softy, and the imbalances came the other way. So that's part of it. That's why we don't hold, too much into the imbalances. But nice little move upside SLB. Oh, Apple's there as a sell as well. That was Schlumberger, but Apple there as a sell, and you can see what that done to the stock. What that did to the stock: 175.20 all the way down here, another 50 cents. So I don't know. I think it'll probably pair off. I'm going to hold on to the Microsoft and see if it can get back up to at least. Like right around here. If we can sell it about halfway back, I think that we're doing pretty good. Let's take the 50 period out, 309.50. Let's go a little higher. Let's go 309.70 or so, put an offer there. If we get filled on that, then we're good to go on Microsoft. $1.40 in the money right now.
Yeah, and wow, look at the VIX, like UVXY, it's at the low. And these moves up, it's not slowing down. Like you're not seeing any tapering off on right now on GameStop and AMC. And I didn't really double check, but Bed Bath & Beyond, it got through 26, so you could have held on to it a little bit further, but these moves, it's a clean break on the daily, and you've got a squeeze, and you've got it into a strong market. Like, we just pulled off the highs on the NASDAQ, and now we're looking at 190 on GameStop, 29.50. Like, I'm kicking myself because when we looked at the higher time frame, that 27 level on GameStop, the channel was up to 30. Like that actually had that potential. GameStop I didn't see because I thought 180 was a level, and now you're thinking about $200. If this was any other time of the day, like, I'd probably be looking at this and saying, how could you not try a 190 short? With 7 minutes to go, there's simply no time for the risk to reward to make sense here. You know, you could try putting it in, but you know, you need to see it curl first. It's not even slowing down at this point. It's just unreal price action that we're watching. And of course, the stock that should be the strongest, you thought was going to be the strongest, Tesla is still falling from that 1100. It's going to end up back at 1080 at VWAP at that breakout price. So it's going to make the entire retracement from the morning breakout to 1100 and back. Unreal. Like, that's what I didn't short this afternoon, was Tesla 1100. I'm going to be thinking about that one on the way home as I contemplate my final pick in my fantasy baseball draft, and I'll be in a kerfuffle over this 1100 I didn't take.
Kerfuffle, yeah. We talked about that. I don't think we had, you know what, the you-know-whats to put that trade on. I mean, it was just, I thought it was going to scream, and it didn't. Microsoft, if we're lucky enough to get it, I'm sitting at, in the 40s here. We'll see if Microsoft goes back up to the upside, and we'll take that $1.50 and take it off right now. So that was a good little hold, as it did dip down to 309 there. There it is. We're out of Microsoft. Yeah, buddy. That's going to be a good one, and we'll just fire off the hot dogs today because we're back. And there it is, a nice little move there on Microsoft to end the day. And we just took that right in front of you guys here. And it's about as legit as it can go. Like, there are other streamers out there, and I'm glad you're watching us, but we are actually taking these positions and giving them to you even before we even take them ourselves. So that was a good trade, and we talked about taking the 308 break. There it was, man. We justified it. We told you why we're taking it, and there it goes, boom, to the upside. Microsoft joins the name of profitable trades today. And by the way,
this might flush.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
These might flush.
So look at this today, guys. I've traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names, and we're going to go 6 for 7. Apple, big time wins today. 173 long. It's at 175. AMC, I don't need to say anything else about this one. It's my number one stock today. Beyond BBIG, thank you. Come again. Good trade. Beyond Meat, though, this one can... The one loser that we had on, we talked about that one all the way to the upside. Softy, we just destroyed that right in front of you guys. NIO, we actually did well here. Out, and then took the last piece out there for a hit, but it's still ripping to the upside. This trade wasn't great, but it's still a positive trade for us. And then Tesla was a monster for me today as well. So we're going to go 6 for 7 on our trades, all traded for you live. And I'm very, there it is. There's BBIG out now, 96. So boom, we just take that out as that goes back up to the upside. So you want to say why?
No, just right now on both GameStop and AMC, like, there is just an unreal just recharging sell at some of these prices. And given how far they've run and how far it's up and the dynamic here and how parabolic it just went at the high, it just feels like, it looks like one of those last legs. And again, this is entirely gut feeling just looking at it, but it really feels like I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my goodness, how am I not shorting this right now? But there's only 4 minutes to go. It's just, that has every makings of a bit of a pullback. And if you can take profit, I mean, what more can you ask for? 151 to 190, games 21 to 29, 29 and a half. Like, that's ridiculous. And when you can get those types of returns in a day, it's hard to not take it, right? Like, what's the alternative? Goes to $200. Are you really upset that you only got 20% in a day? I don't think so.
I mean, I like to scalp these names like you were saying there. Beyond Me, just out there for flat, whatever. I'd be shorting this like hand over fist right now if this was like 9.55, like I was doing at 9.50. That's funny. That my last short right there is at 9.55. That's hilarious. And it's 3.55 right now. So, okay, that's not my last one. That was one of the ones at the high of the day. And we're right back in right there. So we did hold a small piece of it. It was that 10% or so left of Beyond Me. We talked about that. We really did seek revenge when it started falling down here. So, hey, like, I made more money on AMC, obviously, than I lost on Beyond Meat. So I can't complain. And then we're 6 for 7 everywhere else. We'll watch Tesla tomorrow. I think it's going to be a very, very good day. As I love you, Marissa. She just sent a message. 7 more minutes. I guess that was 3 minutes ago. I can't wait to go home and probably wind up sleeping, but I won't, as we got lots of stuff to do. But okay, great day today. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad that you guys are with us here again. Hit the like button if you haven't. I just saw that we did hit that 1,000 likes, which is very nice. Thank you so much. As we approach 300,000 subscribers, I don't think we cracked that yet, did we? Did we crack 300,000 subscribers yet?
No,
not yet.
No.
Bloomberg reporting, Scott H, massive upside calls in GME. Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised that is what's running it. What else is running this thing? It's too expensive to buy straight up. I believe, anyways. So you can get it to move by buying the calls or whatever, selling the puts, whatever you guys want to do. As this name just keeps on ripping to the upside, and there it goes, man. Nice little move to the upside here.
And we just made a fresh low on UVXY and a fresh high on the NASDAQ. That's the other thing, too. I don't want to get that lost here, how strong the overall market has been. I'm staring at GameStop because that's the most exciting thing in town, as far as I can tell here. Just the move that it put in the afternoon is a little bit stronger off the highs. I think it's going to be the one that we want to watch here. And look, if like Michael in the chat saying, what if Ryan Cohen tweets after hours? He's already sort of done that. We know that story. I'm simply talking about what I see in the tape right here. Because if it pulls back, and you're talking about holding it overnight, if you have the ability to trade an aftermarket and it does like a capitulation pullback into 178, then how is it bad to have taken profit at 190? And if you like 178, 180, and they can get that price, if it does do a bit of a rug pull, that's just what I was just telling you what I saw there, guys. But either way, we'll see what happens. 200, I think, is obviously the big psychological level up there. I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised that none of these have put in a move yet that would give it a chance to halt. That was one thing we saw that was very, very different. For those people saying, have you not seen GameStop before? It was vastly different in the way that it was moving. You had halts on play in this stock before. It's not even sniffed moving like that. I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, when it was really squeezing, halts were in play. At no point has a halt been in play in either GameStop or AMC. Vastly different from when it was moving before.
All right, with only a minute and 15 seconds left, I wonder who's going to be on the bell. Will it be Toronto Tony?
It's been both all
Will
week.
it be? Oh, it's been both.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's up? Oh, and I saw, by the way, Tony like throwing down some knowledge to these new traders that we have back here. So, wow, Tony really stepping up the game here for us. So thank you to Tony for all your help and whatnot with all of that. All right, so yeah, big time movement. You guys asking like, what should you do with AMC, man? I mean, that's the same kind of question that we were dealing with. I mean, I absolutely destroyed it today. I'll be back here tomorrow and hopefully destroy it tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to be doing with AMC. I'm a day trader, yeah, today was a monstrous day for me, and I hope it was for you guys as well. That's that. Like, I'm at the highest spot I've been at all day on AMC, despite, well, not really because we shorted it there and got out, but still, my number one stock here, AMC today. Yeah, exactly. The leader of Lumberjack Nation comes back. Lumberjack Gang, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll wear the Lumberjack tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that for you guys, and we can see if tomorrow is also a good day. Shout out to Ice Cube.
And they're both there, under 10. There it is, Miss V and Tony. 5, 4, 3, 2, and ring it.
All right, so I'm going to say we wake up tomorrow and see AMC probably $31, $32. So let's see. It's at $29.30 right now. Let's just wait to see what happens with AMC moving forward tomorrow. I didn't look at GameStop today, so I will leave that opinion alone. But yeah, wow, what a good day. As you can see, the market absolutely Rip City here.
15,
almost touched 15,000 there. But I'm not trying to steal the thunder, so let's go over to Brendo and see how the market wound up.
Yeah, still going, guys. Nice look for the board right across it. Very positive here. Outside of one, the Russell 2000 there it didn't quite get back to positive territory, but the S&P 0.7, 0.27, 0.5% for the Russell 1000. There's the NASDAQ, 1.5% in positive territory. The composite, not so much. Overall, though, pretty good day, top to bottom, guys. So we'll see if we can continue. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I saw the Qs back to the 200, basically.
All right. Yeah. So wow, what a monstrous day overall, and I think you got to take advantage of that oil dip. I've already talked about that. I like XLE if you don't want to take any names, but yeah, so far so good, man. I'll be looking at oil tomorrow for sure. As I don't. Actually, that's pretty weird. I don't think any of us traded an oil name.
Not a single one. And it is like I did look at it this morning, and there probably, like I said, there were some short opportunities on Chevron, but let's be real about the way the price action went today and what was moving and what wasn't. When you're a day trader, there is no chance that you will see moves like this in AMC and GameStop and just across the board. That's just a million names out there.
Yeah.
That's what you're on that day. That's what you're gonna move to. And I know some people on those days say we cover it too much, but you can't, because that's what's really moving, and those are where the real bigger opportunities are. So you have to gravitate toward those types of stocks, and it might mean throwing some other plays out of your playbook.
Yeah, no, I mean, a million%. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. You have to look at the names that are moving. Big shout out to Fahad again, obviously. Great job there on the ones and twos. Ms. V, thank you for wearing that green. And I mean, this guy was a bear. We flipped him over, and we ripped up 1.6%. So we'll see. We'll see. I think he'll stay a bear or bull. Oh, man, just might have jinxed him right there.
You just did.
For tomorrow. A big shout out. Pratt's kind of there, kind of not. We can go over there. He's now there. There he is. Yeah, Trader Pratt, thank you so much again for another good midday show. Look, man, I'm super, super happy to be back. A shout out to all our new traders behind us. Shout out to Greg and Tony for doing a great job with those guys. And yeah, look, we're going to get some rest there. We got the hearts going there. Yeah, Ms. V's throwing them down. Thanks for all the hard work again today. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Either way, we love you, our viewers. And we're back tomorrow, Neil. Same time, 8:30 in the morning. Trader TV Live. See you then, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.